know I'm capable of winning the championship. That's one thing I know. I'm looking forward to them all. I'm not taking anything for granted. They expect us to win.
Neil Hodgson from Burnley in Lancashire is Britain's #1 motorcycle rider. And in the last few years, he's taken the bike world by storm and has made winning second nature as he seeks to take his famous 100 to #1.
Hodgson is there, sideways into Redgate.
Neil is an absolute natural on two wheels, but as a kid, it was the furthest thing from his mind.
I didn't want to ride bikes, absolutely no interest in them whatsoever, but my dad was mad passionate about bikes. And I've got an older brother, Carl, who's 3 years older than me. So Carl had a motorbike when he was 4 years old, 5 years old. And then I was like 1 year, 2 years old. And I used to go and watch him riding around the fields. And then when I was old enough, my dad wanted me to ride it.
Despite the early encouragement from his father, Neil still didn't really take to it until he discovered the competitive element, and that's when everything changed.
I really hated bikes. And I hated them really up until probably when I was about 9 years old. My dad said, he took us to a motocross meeting to watch. And that was totally different. I had no enjoyment in riding around on motorbikes around fields. But as soon as I went to a race meeting and saw the competition and thought, oh, I'll have a go at this. This is more like it. I could see the fun element because I was quite a competitive kid. So my dad said, oh, do you want to do that? I said, yeah. So my dad bought a motocross bike for me and one for my brother. And my brother then decided he didn't want to do it, which was really strange. So I started racing when I was 9, and I raced from being 9 to 15 at motocross.
Neil became a reasonable motocrosser, but it soon became apparent that his real future lay not in the dirt, but the smooth contours of the tarmac.
I turned 16 and my dad said, oh, have a go at road racing. And I said, nah, I don't want to. He said, no, honestly, you'd really like it. Because he said, you're really fast at motocross on the flat, smooth tracks. When it was big and rough and bumpy, you struggled. And no, I don't want to. And it was again like I was 4 years old. He almost really twisted my arm and he said, oh, well, I've seen one in the paper, this little TZR125, it'd be ideal. Do you want to come and have a look at it with me? And I wasn't that interested, I really wasn't. And I'd left school, I was a builder. I was happy being a builder.
Little did he know, his days as a builder and a motocrosser would soon be over.
Went to see this bike. My dad did a deal before I even knew it, and we went home with the bike in the van. And 2 days later, I was on a track at Three Sisters in Wigan, riding around it. Not really wanting to, I just turned up there. And as soon as I got on the bike, it just felt so different. And that day I'll never forget, because I started off just riding around really slow, and by the end of the day I was going off half decent, and I just loved it. And I just knew then from that day on that it was for me.
And with that, a racer was born. Neil Hodgson henceforth was destined for greatness. By 1996, Neil had progressed through the ranks of the British, then Grand Prix 125s, and then had a couple of seasons in the 500s. But at just 22 years of age, his opportunity came to mix it with the big boys of World Superbikes, including his Lancashire neighbour and the then two-time world champion Carl Fogarty. This was in many ways the golden era of superbikes, with Foggy at the height of his powers and Corsa, Slight and Kaczynski all banging fairings week in, week out. Having never ridden a four-stroke, coupled with riding the invincible factory Ducati, it was always going to be a rough roller coaster ride in red.
I think that'd be an absolute understatement. Roller coaster ride is definitely, it's been more than that. It's been unbelievable. It started back in '96 when I got the factory ride, and at the time it was the dream ride really. It was the best ride in the paddock.
But the dream became a nightmare.
Looking back, everything in hindsight, you change, and looking back, I wasn't ready at all for the ride. I'd not got any experience on big four-stroke bikes. I'd only ridden two-stroke bikes, and I think it's fair to say that I didn't do a good job. You know, I wasn't fast enough, but luckily or unlucky for me, I had a 2-year deal, so the torture continued because I actually had another year on the bike and didn't really do anything special. I didn't do bad, you know, I had a 3rd place at Laguna Seca and I had quite a lot of 4th places, but at the time I expected more. Ducati expected more, and I think people in general expected more.
A move to Harold Eccles' Kawasaki team where the pressure was off and Neil could grow and learn with a friendly, tight-knit team seemed like the perfect answer. But the green machine proved just as mean.
There were 2 miserable years with Ducati, and then I signed for Kawasaki, and all that did was just prolong the agony, really. It was just a really crap year.
By now, even Neil's competitive resolve to succeed on the world stage was starting to wane.
I got disillusioned with everything. I stopped enjoying the racing completely, and I lost a lot of confidence. And for the first time probably ever racing motorcycles, I felt scared. You know, it actually felt fast. I felt like I was going to get hurt, and I've never felt like that. I've always ridden bikes, and now it feels slow. I feel like, not invincible, but you feel when you're doing 190 miles an hour, it feels like I'm doing 90 miles an hour. Where in '98, when I was doing 180 miles an hour, it felt like 380 miles an hour. And I couldn't breathe, you know, and it was horrible, horrible. It just shows how the sport, how confidence plays such a major role in the sport. How it's all between your ears, it's your head, it's your brain, you know. So yeah, it's been unbelievable, unbelievable.
So, in an effort to regain that edge, Neil Hodgson made one of the bravest decisions of his career. In 1999, he went back to Britain to the British Superbike Championship to try and regain his lost confidence.
I got sacked at the end of '98, came back to England, basically relearnt my trade as a motorcycle racer. I had 2 choices, ride at 90% and get beat, or ride at 100% and try and win. And I learned, like I say, I learnt my trade as a motorcycle racer and refound the enjoyment in racing.
By 2000, Neil was back on top, taking the British title in style in a year-long battle with his nemesis Chris Walker, which saw some of the greatest racing the championship has ever seen. Neil Hodgson was back and finally ready to take on the world, but this time it was on his terms.
This is Neil Hodgson's chance. Look at the Wildcat rider right up inside Frankie Keeley now. Can he do it and become the only ever British rider to win at Donington? Keeley's on the inside. Hodgson, he's there! And Hodgson will pick up his first World Superbike win. Hodgson has been a hero at home. Oh yeah! Hodgson has done it again. The crowd are going wild at Brands Hatch. 2 World Championship races this year. 2 wins to Neil Hodgson. He's done it at Brands. Unbelievable.
The atmosphere there is indescribable. You can't. It's like you're David Beckham for a day. You know, it's like you're a professional footballer.
In 2001, Neil was back where he belonged, with the famous 100 Ducati taking on the cream of the sport. But now he was older, wiser, and feared no one.
Hodgson is throwing everything he's got at Troy Bayliss. He's right there with him.
Unbelievable stuff. Hang on a minute. Side by side, elbow to elbow. This is wrestling.
Watch the orange machine of Hodgson. He's there. He puts a move on his old teammate.
Neil's backside and tailpipes were becoming a regular sight to the top men in the sport, as Neil was riding like he'd never ridden before, exuding confidence and a hunger to win, though occasionally pushing the envelope just a little too far. By the end of 2002, his amazing reinvention was complete.
Really pleased. 3rd in the world, semi-privateer bike, first Dunlop runner, beating 3 or 4 factory riders and so-called superstars, you know, Noriyuki Haga, Ben Bostrom, Ruben Zaus. So Yeah, very pleased. I didn't win a race, which was the most noticeable thing. That was the thing that I wasn't happy with. But apart from that, everything else went really good. It became apparent, really, from race 1 that he was battling for third in the championship because both Troy and Colin, they were both on fire, and they were both using Michelin tyres, so they were definitely a difficult package to beat.
In this sport, you make your luck, but for Neil Hodgson, being able to ride for the famous Ducati mark is like a lucky charm. Few are invited back to the Ducati family, who over the years have made winning their creed. But in Neil, they know they have a winner equal to all those that have gone before.
Troy Corson, ladies and gentlemen, world champion!
For the most successful team in World Superbikes, winning has become the norm. To ride for Ducati carries with it the huge weight of expectation.
I'm very different to what I was. I've got a lot of experience, I've won championships, I know what it takes. I know I'm capable of winning the championship, that's one thing I know, and that's not in doubt. But I'm not going to start stressing about it, worrying about it. Round 1, looking at the championship positions, there's no point. And the best example is what happened last year. It's never over till it's over. So back and relax and think, oh, I've done it, I've won it, or I'm going to win it. As long as you've got the confidence in your own ability, just see what happens, you know. It's a funny old sport. You can break down, you can crash, and somebody can just ride around in second places, third places, fourth places and win a championship. I'm just going to take one round at a time. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to try and win as many races as I can. I'm going to try and get as many Super Poles as I can. And sort of half to 3/4 of the way through the season, I'll start to worry about the championship.
The focus for 2003 is to lose the 2 zeros and finally become the #1 rider in the world.
If I could win the championship, I'd love to defend it. That'd be really important to me, because I've never throughout my career raced with #1 on. So I think that's really important to do that.
Neil's teammate in 2003 is this man. Fiery Spaniard Ruben Zaus. Just as hungry for success as Neil, Ruben is without doubt one of the world's most exciting riders. But his no-holds-barred, win-it-or-bin-it style is, to say the least, a contrast to the smooth, laid-back Lancastrian.
I don't know how it's going to work really, because I've spent a bit of time with him. We get on, which is really important, but we're not. It doesn't seem like we're mates or anything. We're not laughing and joking. Where the last 2 years with James Toseland, we had a real good laugh and we were friends, you know, away from the racing. With Rubens, it's all a bit more serious. He sits at his side of the garage, I sit on mine. Bit of small talk in between, and that's it really.
When the Toreador's in the ring, anything can happen.
I'm always honest when I'm interviewed, and I've never really been that comfortable riding with Rubens, because his lines vary quite a lot, and that's something I have to deal with. You know, I have to get used to riding with somebody who's quite wild, and he doesn't mind crashing, but I don't want to get caught up in somebody else's accident. Hopefully I can stay out in front and keep out of his way, but if I have to dice with him, I'm prepared to dice with him, but let's just hope he can stay on.
They say behind every great man is a woman, and in Neil's case there's 2. His wife and longtime friend Catherine, and of course his mum Maureen, who despite being frightened to watch him, have always been there for him.
Really proud, really proud. They come to a lot of the races and they're part of, I've got like a group of people that are my support, and #1 is Catherine, definitely. And equals my mum and dad. And sort of equal to them is my manager Roger Burnett. And they're my people around me that have got my best interest at heart, that when they tell me something there's no edge to it. They don't tell you you're good because they're trying to make you feel good. If they tell you you've done well, you know you've done well, you know, they're not false, and when you're in this world, you meet a lot of false people that are your friends today, not tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Catherine has become a rock of strength in Neil's life since they met in 1996. The two are inseparable, both on the track and away from it.
Catherine's really important. She is my psychiatrist, I tell you. She has to put up with everything, and it's usually there's more downs than up, there's more stress than success.
It is quite hard sometimes when everything's going really, really badly, and there has been times when this whole season, you know, with the Kawasaki time, he was really, really down, and it's horrible to see. And when someone's so down, it is actually hard to get them back up.
She's, you know, it's amazing how she puts up with that side of it, because it's certainly not all glamour.
Win or lose, Neil knows there will always be the support of his greatest fan.
I think he deserves it. I really, really believe he deserves it. I think he's had enough ups and downs, and I think it's his time. But who knows? There's so many other factors out there, so it doesn't really, it's not guaranteed, and we're not thinking it like that. But if he does, I'll be over the moon.
The 2003 grid will be without some of its former stars, leading to speculation that the title is Neil's for the taking, but his motivation remains undaunted.
There will be people that'll say it 100%. There's people that want to knock whatever you do, whatever you achieve. Unfortunately, you'll come across people in life that will find a reason why it wasn't as good as it was 20 years ago or whatever. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. And my dream is to win a World Championship. And if I win the World Championship, I'll be the happiest man in the whole world.
While the beautiful orange groves of Valencia, southern Spain were being carefully nurtured, across the way at the Ricardo Tormes circuit, the seeds were being sown for the 2003 World Superbike season. And within the makeshift paddock community, Neil Hodgson had news of more miracles of Mother Nature.
I do believe people that you can actually create a baby by holding hands. So it's finally true that it can happen that way. Even though I was wearing gloves, So yeah, we're over the moon. I'd have liked to have told you earlier, but I don't know much about babies, like most blokes don't, I suppose. And seemingly there's quite a strong chance of miscarriage up to 3 months, so it's sort of around that period now. It all looks okay. We had a scan, or Catherine had the scan that I was away, and everything's looking fine and dandy.
It was a new beginning for the rest of the paddock. Pre-season testing had begun in earnest as the series welcomed new faces and names as well as old, as the shape of what was to come began to form. And it wasn't only Neil who changed teams over the winter. Several of the top riders had got a new look for 2003. And while Neil's teammate Ruben Zaus was well settled in the factory team, Neil was having growing pains. He fell hard in one of the first practices and had injured himself with the season only days away.
Yeah, I feel really sore actually. I feel terrible. All my left side's completely knackered, really. I've been lucky, really lucky. I'll show you my leathers after, they're quite impressive. Well, these are my leathers, unfortunately, after the crash. It was quite a fast crash, and the problem was, when you crash normally, you slide on the tarmac, and maybe only for 10 metres, and then hopefully you go onto the gravel and grass, which is a bit more comfortable. But when I crashed, I slid all the way down the tarmac. Got a sprained ankle and bruised ribs, and a stiff neck because I got a little bit of whiplash as my head hit the ground. So, one of my bigger crashes, but I went out in the next session and was fastest, so that's the main thing. You've got to bounce back. Unfortunately, motorcycling's a dangerous sport, and you've got to take the knocks. And if you can't, then it's time to take up table tennis.
And it doesn't help when the beautiful Spanish sun turns to rain, allowing no practice at all.
It doesn't worry me, but everything we've got a plan, and it's sort of spoilt the plan. But I'm not worried.
And so the riders wait for dry weather, and now have time to catch up with each other's off-season activities. And for Neil, it's time to talk about his new preoccupation, Hodgson Jr.
Holly, yeah. Holly. She wants Holly Jean. She wants it because Jean was her mum's name, really? So Holly Jean.
Nice.
And it's funny, but I bet
you go for Gridger, right?
Yeah, I like that name. So if it's a girl, it's definitely that. If it's a boy, we still don't really know. I'm gonna call him James, but I don't know.
Meanwhile, with the circuit now dry, the new daddy of the track was Neil's teammate and local favourite Ruben Zaus. He'd set the fastest time so far, but Neil was unmoved by his pace.
I'd be lying if I said, oh no, there's no rivalry, but I don't feel any pressure because I've been testing the same rear tyre and just trying to get the right setup, where he started testing different tyres, and the last tyre he used is fantastic. So I was supposed to use that before it rained. So if there's a reason, if you know someone's got something up their sleeve like a different tyre, I've no problem. When I'm on the same tyres, the same bike, and he's faster than me, then there's only one person to blame, that's me. At the moment, I know he's 3/10 faster than me. That means nothing because there's at least that in the tyre.
The following day, with new tyres and the optimal setup, Neil was about to show the sort of form that the factory Ducati team would expect from him all season. Despite the pain of his injured ribs, Neil had to put in some crucial time on the track for the engineers to gauge just how far they'd come with the new 2003 spec machine. And by all accounts, within minutes, he was flying. And it wasn't before long, at a track he didn't usually like, that Neil was beginning to feel it won.
Miles quicker. Well, my last lap 23, was under the lap record, so pretty good. I'd say it's looking really good for here. Unfortunately, it's the only place we've tested, so I'm not sort of singing the praises too much of the bike.
And it wasn't just setting up the bike. There were plenty of other duties for a factory rider before the season starts.
I've got to go to Milan tomorrow to do the team launch, so I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not really thinking about anything except that. So we'll go to Milan, get this team launch out of the way, then come back here, and then I'm sure the butterflies will appear. I'm sure, I mean, I'm human, and I'll definitely feel the pressure. I won't be, no point in saying, I won't feel the pressure, I'm Mr. Cool. I'll be nervous. I'll be really nervous. And come Sunday morning, I'll be wanting to cry.
Morning, Neil. Morning. Oh, you look really sweet. Tell them what time it is. 5:30.
Yeah, about that. I'm
knackered. Hard life, isn't it?
It is actually.
See, people think you got it easy.
I know. It's tough at the bottom.
Let you go back to sleep.
Thanks.
Night.
See you later.
Milan, Italy, a city of beauty and style, and the perfect setting to launch Ducati's latest work of art, the FO3.
Well, we're here, this is just before the team launch starts, so this is the press gathering. It's now 11:45, at 12 o'clock all the press are coming in and we're like launching that side of it, and then afterwards we're doing, well, I've got a bit of time off actually in Milan, and then we're going...
Where we're going shopping?
Going shopping, and then we're going to do the more formal thing tonight, where I've got to wear a shirt and tie and everything.
Very nice.
I'm a bit nervous and a bit excited, because it's quite, you meet all the important people, so it's quite nerve-wracking.
Grazie per essere venuti tutti i giornalisti da tutte le parti del mondo. Io sono Julian Thomas, sono l'ufficio stampa di Ducati Corsa.
I feel really relaxed, and next weekend it's sort of showtime. You know, it's the first round of the championship, and I'm really, really excited. I just can't wait for it to be here.
Right, we've finished that now, haven't we, Neil? Did you find it exciting, your launch?
Not really. No. It's funny, you might think that I'd be nervous at doing things like that, but I don't even feel 1 ounce of nerves when I'm doing stuff like that.
This is our hotel, actually.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Got to buy some shoes, but we'll put the camera away now. We'll pull it out when we're looking at shoes.
See, everyone knows what shoe size you're now. You've got to start practicing, or else we'll never learn. Go on.
Quanto costa?
50 €50. That's alright, isn't it? Yeah.
How much is that in
About £30.
Thank you, and you.
Ciao.
Bye, ciao, bye.
This is the hotel room in Milano.
Getting ready, got my... don't undo that up yet. Everything's new. Got my new shoes, got my new shirt, tie, suit, all new, Milan. Hello? Yeah, hi Davide. I'm running 5 minutes late. I'm just putting my tie on now.
Little did Neil know that the launch would be like nothing he'd ever experienced before, with typical Ducati Italian flair.
Vogliamo parlare di vittoria? La vittoria, parlare di vittoria può lasciare il tempo che trova. Se è bello resta bello, se piove resta piove.
And then it was time for the model in red that everyone had come to see, and the lad from Burnley who was expected to ride it to success.
I've done team launches before, but I've not had one where it's obviously as big as the Ducati one was, and it's nearly all Italian. You know, most of the dialogue was in Italian, so that was... I felt a little bit ignorant, to be honest. I enjoyed it. I've got to say I did enjoy it because it was a whole new experience doing something with that sort of profile, so many people.
We're at Milan Airport. It's 9 o'clock, around about 9 o'clock. We're up at 7 o'clock this morning. Didn't sleep a wink last night. Our hotel room was really nice, but unfortunately it was next to the lift and it was non-stop till about 5 o'clock in the morning, so I reckon I've had about 4 hours sleep maximum. I'm goosed. Back to Valencia. I'm here with Rubens, he's tired as well because he had a later night than me.
Morning, Rubens.
I don't know what he was doing, but he definitely wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
We managed to get in the paper. This is the big Italian newspaper, just all about the team launch. And obviously, because my Italian's so fluent, I have no idea what they're saying, but looks a good picture anyway.
Ducati Alto Gelo means.
What's it saying, Rubens?
What I mean? How you say that? We've got nice rings, the neck rings. How you call it?
Jewelry.
With the golds.
Jewelry.
This.
Yeah.
Another
Ducati jewel.
Yeah, jewels.
Yeah.
Which is not too bad. Good publicity for everybody. Fila and Ducati must be happy there. Keep the sponsors happy. They'll continue to pay our wages. Right. Just wanted to say this is the first time I've held the camera. If you look over there with boarding.
I'm more excited to get out there because we had such a good test. I just want to get back out on the track and just get burning some laps out. My worst nightmare is 2 dry days, then wake up Sunday morning and it's raining. Friday you are nervous. Saturday you become more nervous, then it's Super Pole, so there's a lot of pressure on that. And then Sunday it's evil.
With that thought, Neil Hodgson began his 2003 season in anger. And it wasn't just Neil's personal demons he'd be fighting. There was a full grid of other teams and riders, all with the same intention as Neil, to win the coveted world title.
Both practice qualifying sessions, I've just done race distance in them both, so it's hard work because you're motivating yourself riding around on your own to do 23 laps and try to be on the limit, and it's really hard, it's tiring. It felt chasing no one, yeah, exactly, so it felt quite tiring today. And you know, when I crashed last week, my ribs are killing. They're just, for some strange reason, they hurt after the crash, then they sort of seem to clear up and they've gone really sore, so when I breathe in, it hurts quite a lot. I probably don't feel quite as loose as I'd like to, but I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Oh no, and he is down. That's a big high side.
34, 35, 35. Hey, what a belter.
He has put the Foggy Petronas machine on the front row of the grid at its debut race event. A great last section of the circuit. The local Spanish rider Ruben Zaus pops it in there.
35-4. Really picked something up there. What a belter. He'll know the pressure's on and he will really want Bike 100 to be stuck there on pole position. Ripping the tarmac out from underneath it, and that's half a second under. He's really dug deep there. That's where that punch really comes in.
Yeah, I think it was a tentative first couple of corners. He just got himself settled in, knowing that he could go faster, because he has been so much faster than anybody else all weekend. 4/10 quicker now as he comes into that last corner.
Now, will this be a 34, Steve? That's the big question. 35-4 is the time to beat, but will he actually get into the 34s? He's done it before. I reckon he will. 34-8. 34-8. Stunning stuff, demoralising for everybody else. Congratulations to James Toseland, of course, second quickest, but an absolutely wonderful lap there from Neil Hodgson.
Fastest in every session and finishing with pole for the race, it was the perfect start to the weekend. Or was it?
I felt like it was a bit of an anticlimax, really, Super Pole. I'm really hard on myself always, and I wanted to just do an unbelievable time. And it didn't happen, I think, because of the wind, and sort of feel a bit harsh on myself, really. This is Luca, by the way. He knows my back now, and he knows everything, you know, all my aches and pains.
Bottom back or?
Not bottom back. That's Pier Francesco Killy, who comes in here when there's nothing wrong with him. And he just comes in because he likes men rubbing his back when he's led in his underpants. I think it's an Italian thing. People only remember the race. No one cares about what's happened over the last 2 days. It's Sunday night. Who won? You know, and that's all people remember. And if you know where, get your coat, you know. So.
He's not telling anyone actually, but obviously this got that after. His ribs are really, really, really killing him. And he's been for like injections this morning. He got this morning, he didn't think he'd even be able to ride. But I mean, he's not actually telling anybody. They probably will afterwards.
Holding back the pain from his ribs, Neil headed out for the most important ride of his career. The Ducati team had given him another chance to become the factory's #1 rider. And although he'd broken lap records in testing, it meant nothing. Neil had only won races in the UK going into the 2003 season. It was now time to prove he was worthy of the Italian team's faith in him. And if that wasn't pressure enough, there was a host of other accomplished riders all out to prove they could beat the favourite for the title. It was too late to back out now, but Neil was ready.
Cracking start there for Hodgson straight away. Getting shuffled Well, back big time. Walker's a big mover there as well. Walker down the inside, so Toaston leads the first race of the season.
The worry that Hodgson will have now is because Zaus behind Tozen. If Zaus gets past Tozen quickly and leaves him behind, Hodgson has a look on the inside, up the inside of Chris Walker. Zaus has a look. Hodgson's on the inside as well. Hodgson, they're going to get tangled up, but Hodgson goes through.
Absolutely brilliant stuff.
Despite carving his way through the field, the first few laps were a nightmare.
Nervous at first, nervous not leading, because I've done so many laps, I've done hundreds of laps on my own with nobody interfering with the line going in, and you know, it was quite difficult. Those first 3 laps I didn't really enjoy. I was calm, but I didn't enjoy them. I was thinking, how am I going to get past everybody here?
Neil Hodgson on his back wheel and across the stripe. Neil Hodgson wins the first race.
Got it. So far, so good. But the weekend was only half over. In a few hours, he'd have to do it all again.
My ribs were worse, and near the end of the first race they were really painful anyway, so I was thinking, I'm going to have to go in this race, I'm going to have to try and get a good start and just go and try and break everybody.
A better start this time for Neil Hodgson, you bet it is. Great start there for Hodgson.
Got to just say, Neil Hodgson 35.375 and just blasted the lap record away. Hodgson has got away. This time he's got that clutch home, he's got those revs right, and he's charging away into the distance. Into the final corner.
Okay, well, head down, bum up, and front wheel up as well. Neil Hodgson takes the double.
Fastest in every session, pole position and 2 race wins. It was a fairy tale start for Neil Hodgson's return to the factory team. He'd broken through the pain barrier, and his gratitude was plain to see.
Good job, buddy. Thank you very much. Thanks for everything and that stuff. Really insane.
Perfect start, absolute perfect start. Just how I wanted it to be, just hoped, dreamed, and it's happened.
He couldn't have written it better, he couldn't have said, this is what I want for this weekend. It's fairy tale, really. So hopefully it will carry on, we'll see.
I'm starving, so I'm looking forward to having something to eat and having a massive dessert. Food's going to be my alcohol tonight. I'm going to eat loads and eat loads of crap. And then we're going to stay in the hotel tonight and get a taxi in the morning to get to the airport because we're pretty early. I think we're flying at about 8 o'clock. So I'm just so excited to get home now. I'm such a home bird and I've been away for so long now. It's like nearly 2 weeks, so I just want to get home. And I just want to eat some non-Italian food.
Round 2 of the World Superbike Championship was held at the picturesque nature reserve of Phillip Island, just off the coast of Melbourne, Australia. The track, like the scenery, is simply awesome. Fast and flowing, it really is a rider's favourite. For Neil Hodgson, the journey just to get to the track was challenge enough.
On our way to Phillip Island. We've been travelling in Australia now. We've been travelling for about 34 hours. We left the Isle of Man. We left our house in the Isle of Man at 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and it's now 7:42 on Sunday morning. That tells you how long the journey is. We're absolutely knackered. We'll probably be there in about 40 minutes. Throw our bags in the hotel, go and get some nice fresh breakfast, because when you've been eating aeroplane food all this time, it's horrible. I managed to sleep actually pretty good. Catherine didn't because she's pregnant, so she couldn't take a sleeping tablet. So she's a bit ratty, bless her. But...
Your other hand on the steering wheel.
Right, this is the best bit. I love this. This is Phillip Island. We're not on it yet. We're just coming to it now. This is the bridge that links you from Australia onto little Phillip Island. And I always get a nice feeling coming over this bridge because it's a great circuit. I've never had a good result there yet, but I feel determined to put it right this time. So hopefully it's going to be lucky to me. I don't know if there's any fairies over this bridge, but we'll say hello to them anyway.
Hi fairies.
Hello fairies.
That's it for now.
That's it for now. Over and out.
Neil and the factory Ducati team arrived in Australia buoyed by their emphatic double win at the season opener in Valencia.
That weekend was just a really good weekend because we tested there quite a bit, and we tested there the weekend before and it went so good the weekend before. I was dead pleased. This weekend I think it's going to be a lot harder just because we've not tested here. Well, we've not tested anywhere except Valencia, so everywhere we go is going to be difficult, and I think it'll be a bit more stressful here. I'm excited, you know, I just want to get on the track. I've never looked forward to riding my bike as much as I've done over the last 3 or 4 weeks. In the past, I go through stages of wanting to ride and not wanting to ride. You know, sometimes you actually don't look forward to an event, and that's horrible. That's not a nice feeling. But this time, honestly, I've never wanted to get my bike so quickly.
Neil's wait was soon over. On Friday morning he was back in the saddle, as were the rest of his rivals. But most of them had plenty of data to base their laps on. Neil, on the other hand, was on the brand new 999 at a circuit that they hadn't tested at. But there was no time. This was race weekend. Neil and his chief mechanic Ernesto knew that there was a huge amount to do from the outset.
Over the race weekend in Valencia, I had nothing to worry about apart from tyres, just test rear tyres. Here I'm testing the gearing, the bike setting, tyres, I've got to test different fronts and different rears, where in Valencia everything sort of settled down.
But now they were down under, things couldn't be more different. The bike was far from settled, and in fact it was giving Neil a multitude of problems that he had to sort out immediately, as qualifying was approaching fast.
It's terrible. Even on the right, like they come out the corner, out the Honda hairpin, goes out, little slide in first gear, then it goes to second. Go like this. It's straight. I go in, and then it goes like this and goes wide. Like the tyres going, like, oh.
But like you have no load on it?
Yeah. That's fine. Back tyre doesn't feel too good.
The rear tyre?
No grip. And no feeling.
Right, it's just understeering, but like that. And it feels like you're going to crash at any point.
I want to be aggressive into that, and I can't. I'm like a girl, you know, like. Also, I need the handlebars to come back in.
It's not doing what I want to do. You go out the pits and it is actually a total surprise, and it did feel completely different to what I expected. It's not, I'm angry, it's just, I want it right, you know, and I want it right so I can ride it right. And I think we're all getting a bit carried away because we had a good weekend at Valencia. You know what I mean? Like, because everything was so perfect there. It's like, oh, we're going to walk on water.
Right now it felt like treading water as the team worked feverishly to put things right. But once back on track, and now with the bike how he wanted it, the times began to come, and Neil was headed back to the top. In Superpole, it was a tale of the unexpected, as something strange was happening out on track.
Garcia, as wide and as committed as you like to cross the line and provisional pole position.
Garcia's hot lap was even good enough to impress the mighty man himself. Next up was Ruben. Like Neil, he'd struggled for setup all weekend, perhaps even more so, as he'd already thrown the bike down the road twice going into Superpole. Now he had one lap to make or break.
2 crashes is enough for one weekend. You'll want to bank this lap as much as anything else. Oh no!
He hasn't banked it. Oh my goodness me, another big crash there for Rubens, as he will not believe what is going on here.
Neither do they.
Very, very embarrassed for himself.
The pressure was now firmly on Neil's shoulders. He'd seen what had happened to his teammate, and because he wasn't the last rider out, he just had to go for it and hope it was enough. The tension in the pit was unbearable.
Oh wow, massive!
Belter up the hill.
Yeah, this must be pole position. Oh! I don't think he lost too much time, and it slid on him. That will have knocked his confidence a little bit. He won't have tipped it into this final corner quite as quick because of that tyre stepping out. But again, good line out of there, buried underneath the screen.
34, one the time to beat. I reckon he'll do it. 33. Oh boy, that's a screamer. He pulled back even more there.
I've got Neil Hodgson on board.
0.6 of a second, we've just got the
Only Frankie Keeley now had the chance to better it.
down the front straight, Neil Hodgson, he wants Keeley comes down across the line, and Keeley doesn't do it, so Neil Hodgson is our pole sitter.
2 poles in a row for Neil, but it was far from plain sailing.
Everybody sort of presumes now that everything's coming easy and I'm not really pushing, but I'm pushing so hard and I'm pushing 110%. I'm riding that bike to its limit. You know, I'm not just sat on the bike and pressing the automatic button and just riding round. So a few people said, oh, you look like you were trying. Yeah, you know, I wanted to be pole, I was trying, and that's the limit. I'm always just nervous before the races. I think it's starting to get a little bit worse the last probably 3 or 4 years. From 2000 on, every weekend I just feel like I just want to die. That's how bad it is. Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday all day, you just feel like death. It's adrenaline, you're full of adrenaline, and I'm a racer.
Watch the walker on the left-hand side of the screen. Hodgson now, we're riding a course in behind Lafia into this first right-hander.
Keeley's trying to go on the inside. Is he going down the inside into Hodgson corner? He's jamming it down the inside of Hodgson, and he has number 7, Frankie Keeley.
I couldn't believe when Keeley outbraked me into the Honda corner that I was really angry, you know, and then I thought, come on, let's go, get into the lead and fly.
Look at the speed now. Watch this number 100 bike. There he goes. Pulling out.
Excuse me.
Soon Keeley was out with engine failure, while Neil turned it into a one-man race.
No one wants to be on their own in a race. I want it to be a spectacle, but I'm not going to then roll the throttle to make a show, you know what I mean? I'm just going to carry on at the same speeds that I was going and pull a lead.
And he takes it across the straight. Finger up, number 1. You bet. 3 out of 3 for Hodgson. Great stuff.
Race 2, though, will be a completely different story.
Everyone away smoothly. That's better from Garcia. Looks pretty good from Keeley as well. Hodgson's gone with him. There's the view back.
I tried to brake everybody and I pushed hard, and the problem with going really hard from the word go is it gives your tyres a hard time, you know. And my rear tyre, I really cooked it the first 7 or 8 laps.
Well, here comes Spider-Man, isn't it? Here comes South. He's there, number 11.
I know what he's like, you know, and I just know if he gets a sniff, he'll be there. He started to chip away at it, and I kept pushing. And then when it got down to a second, I just eased off because I thought he's got me here anyway, so there's no point in carrying on cooking that tyre, you know, trying to get away. Then he passed me and I panicked, so I wanted to get straight back in front of him, and I thought, if he gets a second on me, I'm going to struggle to get that back, so...
Looked to me for a couple of laps he didn't want to pass. Now we'll see if Hodgson does, and he does. Back in front.
And then when I got back in front, I wanted to block his rhythm. I eased off, but I braked late. I made sure I got onto the straight good. Coming out the last corner on the last lap, as soon as I glance at my rev counter, I know if I've got out of there good or bad. And on the last lap I glanced and it was touching 13,000, which meant it was good. And I hit 4.
and as I hit 4th gear, I sucked all my body in, and I knew I'd won. And at that point, the explosion occurs, you know, and it's like, I've got it, you know, and then just held my breath till I just went past the checkered flag. That was mega, yeah, mega.
But Neil's day is far from done, for soon he's out with the crowd, who've been patiently waiting for him for photos and autographs. And he does sign every last one of them.
It's like I've had 3 ton on my shoulders and someone's just lifted it off now, and it's... The reason I race bikes is for this feeling that I've got now. The drug that it gives you. You put yourself under so much pressure, you have so much pressure on you, then you come up with the goods and it releases a chemical in your body and you're high as a kite for, you know, for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
And Phillip Island, on a scale of 1 to 10?
10. Yeah, can't say anything less than 10. 10 out of 10.
This is Monday after the race. We've got a week here. We're going to...
On holiday.
We're going to Hayman Island.
But tell them we haven't had a holiday since our honeymoon.
Why you just said that?
What would you have done if you hadn't won that second race?
Sulked like a baby.
Yeah, even though we'd have been here, it would have been a nightmare. And what was I thinking on the last few laps?
I don't know, Catherine.
Oh, right. I was thinking, you better win this because I just know how bad my holiday will be because he'll sulk. And what were you thinking?
Same.
So finally a time for some R&R down under for Neil and Catherine. Oh, and Eric too, of course.
Master bedroom. What is he doing here? Eric. He's been so lazy on this holiday, he's done nothing, just sat there and caused a load of trouble. It's quite nice TV, got a little stereo, balcony which you probably can't see because of the light. So this is paradise. Steps down, even into the pool. And that's us. Over and out. This is the seaplane. This is the bit I've been looking forward to more than anything else because
Don't keep coming close, I'm trying to get the whole thing in.
Because we're going to the Great Barrier Reef, so come on, we'll film you and show you the Great Barrier Reef.
Going to do when he retires.
We found the one and only job.
Yeah.
We found the one and only job better than mine.
So he's going to learn to fly.
I can't believe I just did that. Well, that sums you up. She's the most clumsiest person in the world.
Well, you will go digging holes like that.
If only you knew, that is just sums her up in one.
Shoot. Okay, this is where we've parked for our picnic. Neil's just setting up picnic. That's our boat. That's our island. That's our sailor. Captain.
Just covering myself up today. Big day tomorrow watching the GP, so I don't want to be burning for the GP.
So lunch and a swim.
Lunch and a swim, back to the hotel.
That's Neil doing a bit more training for a change. I already went to the gym this morning and now is doing his... Oh
stop now?
I'll do 15 more minutes and I'm 2.5.
15 minutes running around like that?
Yeah.
Well, keep on running, Neil. But as they say in Lancashire, he seems as happy as a sandboy. And from the white sands and hot sun of Australia, next it's the contrasting snow-capped mountains and drizzle of a soaked Sugo, Japan, for round 3. And this brought a whole new set of problems.
One wet day's practice, which was a bit of a disaster because the Michelins were terrible, and Rubens crashed twice in one session. Surprise, surprise.
His house has crashed. Rubens. No. There's no grip at all. The rear is lethal. On close crossings, you cannot turn left. I go into the corner and it just goes like that. Okay.
The fog and rain had set in and Friday's progress had become a washout. What Neil and the team needed now was sunshine.
Once it was dry, I was faster than everybody really by 2 or 3 tenths, and it was quite comfortable. And then for whatever reason, I had an appalling Super Pole lap.
But again, he doesn't want to do anything silly. He wants pole. Oh,
like that.
Well,
it's a punishing thing, this Super Pole, isn't it? It's very, very unforgiving. The tiniest slip.
Oh yeah, it's away. It's away. It's away.
Mike just hitting the deck there. Picks it up, shucks it into the right-hander, almost as though he's a bit cross with this. 30.06 is the time to beat. He's not going to do that. 30.65.
Oh, went over the line and saw my lap time and thought, well, I've gone quicker with race tyres on.
Down and dejected, Neil seeks solace in a comforting massage, but even that's not putting a smile on his face.
Just that one lap can determine your mood for the, you know, sort of like next 15 hours. But I'm not actually that bothered. I'm down, and I'd be lying if I said it, I'm not bothered at all. Because I'd rather be pole than not, but I've been pole and I've been certainly not fastest on race tyres quite a lot of times in my career. So now it's the other way around. I'm fastest on race tyres, but I didn't get pole, so we've got a free pole.
Hello, it's me. Hello, I'm making sure he rings you, like you said. He's on the massage table, and I've even borrowed a mobile. We've borrowed a mobile, and I brought it to him. So. Oh, I see. Right. Right, yes, he is. I'll put him on anyway because he's on the massage table, so he might sound funny, but that's the only reason. Okay, speak to you later. Bye.
Hi, Bob. Yeah, fine. Do you see Super Pole? Alright, don't bother watching it. No, it's crap. I qualified 5th.
Despite his grip position of 5th, Neil took race 1 in style and was now going for the double and 6 in a row at a track that's so often been the bogey track for the Italian team. Neil, though, was in no mood for history lessons. He was out to write some of his own.
The second race there, I really enjoyed that because Lavia pushed me really, really hard.
He'll be keen to soon get past Watanabe because he wouldn't want Lavia disappearing into the distance and getting too much of a lead. Hodgson down the inside now. Using the squirt of that bike there as he moves across, but late on the brakes there was Gregorio Lavia. He's got to be later on the brakes if he wants to pass.
Yeah, real commitment.
And he's got it this time. He's done it late on the brakes. Gets it stopped. Nicely done, Neil Hodgson.
I rode a smart race. I pushed as hard as I could for 10 laps, and the most I could get was plus 0.2. So with about 8 laps to go there, I took a bit of a rest. Lap times dropped by about 3/4 of a second.
Hodgson is slowing a lot. Now, what problems has Neil Hodgson got here?
The same sort of thing really, same sort of tactic. Just took some different lines, braked a bit early, then braked really late, and sort of confused him.
Foster through this corner here, nearly runs in the back of, and this has allowed Frankie Keeley to get right up with them there. Now, that actually worked. Hodgson, I don't know if it was he did it on purpose, but he backed it down, shut it down. Lavia had to back it off, dropped away, and Hodgson's fired it, pulled the pin over the top of the hill.
And then 5 laps ago, I felt fresh as a daisy, and I thought, here we go.
Neil's on wheels across the line first. Hodgson takes the win and takes the double.
6 wins, I felt absolutely fantastic. I felt really, really good.
That was close.
So Neil had conquered the arduous long-haul stretch. It was now time to take Europe by storm and head home.
Prediction? Can you give me an early prediction from Monza?
Definitely not, no. I'll be trying my best and it's going to be really hard. That's my prediction.
Monza in Italy is one of the fastest and most exhilarating circuits in the world. To win here takes total commitment. It's any Ducati rider's dream.
I love this place. I love Monza, and I get a lot of pleasure riding around here. Nice long straights, and then real quick chicanes. So it's like you have a bit of a rest, and then you're like, right, get ready for the braking. Then you hit the brakes at nearly 200 miles an hour, and the G-force wants to throw you over the front. So you have to wrestle that, then get it through a quick bit of a flip-flop. All like effort and energy. There's always close racing because of the slipstream effect. So even if you've not got the fastest bike, last year I had a really good race with Troy Bayliss and Colin Edwards because I was able to do that.
In the first 6 races of the year, Neil has swept all before him, but he's not getting carried away.
I'm far from feeling confident yet. It's going not bad, but I'm far from feeling like, I'm walking it.
The Monza weekend would be far from a walk in the park. It's the most important race on the calendar for Ducati, the one they want to win above all. But Neil and the team have problems of the worst kind. Braking from over 200 miles an hour into the first corner, Neil can't get the feel for the front end, and it's an accident waiting to happen. As he lets go of the handlebars, the fear is visible.
He's so nervous on the brake. It's like he cannot absorb any of the bump. When I brake, the bike feels, I hate things.
I felt scared because it's so fast around here. You're doing nearly 200 miles an hour down the straights. And I was hitting the brakes and the front forks were bottoming, and then it was just pushing the tyres. So as soon as I hit the brakes, it was like I was out of control, and I hate that feeling. It's the worst feeling in racing, not to be in control.
I think this feels a bit physical just because I'm really fighting it on the brakes. This feels a bit... 1, I'm having to squeeze pretty hard, and 2, it's always on the move, so...
Neil and Chief Mechanic Ernesto would have a long night ahead in search of a solution. In a wet Super Pole, out front and feeling fine was Italian veteran and Monza expert Frankie Keeley.
He's in position 4, he's going to improve on that. Pole position for Keeley. Keeley by half a second, stunning stuff.
Neil watched his fastest time slip away to the Italian as rain began to fall in the dying minutes of Super Pole. But Neil wasn't done yet. He went out again.
I wanted pole really badly. Because I'd not got pole in Japan, and I didn't ride too good in Super Pole there. I wasn't very focused. I didn't want that to happen again.
I think he's lost a bit of time, but then I'm often very rare. In fact, I'm commonly wrong at this.
Steve, I won't hear of it.
Hodgson comes out of it. Has he managed to eclipse that time? I think he probably it's going to be close.
Okay, 47, there's the time of 46. We haven't seen a 46 this weekend.
Last minute. I'm all shaking now.
It's raining, and it's a track where you're doing 200 miles an hour or just short, and you're going to go out with slick tyres on a dryish track, but it's raining, and there's a lot of rain on your visor, so it's bloody hard, and you throw a caution to the wind, then you don't care. Once I got around the first corner, I braked at the latest point going into the first corner, got through it, and the bike gripped, and I thought, right, I don't care.
And so on to race day. And the front end problems were far from sorted, but Neil comfortably won race 1, and now had an air of relaxed confidence as he headed for the line for race 2. Little did he know that this would be the hardest race of the season so far.
The first race was very controlled, even though I nearly got picked over the line because I went too slow on the last lap. The second race, I was really struggling around there with the front end. This was, you know, some fast corners. I just couldn't get the bike to turn around some of the fast corners, so the second race was a real battle.
And we're away, Hodgson away. Well, that's better, Frankie. Jockeying very hard. He's side by side with Laconi. Where's Neil Hodgson?
There he is, back in 9th or something.
This would be a case of catch-up, and that's exactly what he did.
Can I just say, look who is in 4th place. How many people did he pass down the straight?
I don't know, but he passed a lot.
That was ridiculous. All of a sudden, the first one makes the move. They all span out. There they go. 4 abreast. Hodgson on the inside. He's got the speed. Has he got the brakes at the end of the straight? Bike 100, Neil Hodgson. That was outstanding. So now, he's the man they'll be chasing.
Side by side, bike 10, bike 100. He's strong on the brakes. Yes, just takes him. Lavia into that chicane.
Hodgson over the curb. Oh, Hodgson's back.
And at one point when I was down in 4th, 2 laps to go, I was pushing as hard as I could then. I'd sort of planned what I was going to do. I knew I had to lead the last lap.
Yeah, he just got by Keeley, so you look for Hodgson on this front straight. He's going to try and get both these guys and pull a disappearing act on the last lap.
I didn't know if I was going to be able to orchestrate it so I could actually be in the right position to get the lead. But as it worked out, I managed to do it.
Pulls out straight away nice and early if he can pop in behind the Suzuki. The Suzuki's a big wide thing on board with Keeley now that gets Laconi.
Okay, Keeley, Laconi. Now we're getting a bird's eye view and Hodgson's up in front. Hodgson's into the lead, into the chicane. He's carrying truckloads of speed. Can he wash it off in time?
The last lap was a tough last lap.
Hey, watch for Lavia coming into this last corner.
And you go into that last fast chicane and you sort of know I'm going into there knowing there's someone going to be on my back wheel. And it was Lavia, and Suzuki was quick.
Okay, watch Lavia, watch Lavia, watch Lavia.
Yeah.
So it's a horrible feeling. You come out of that chicane, and then you just get tucked in. You try and move to break the slipstream.
He's in the slipstream, but Hodgson now weaving around.
You want to brake later than you've ever braked, but if you brake too late, you go wide. It's your race to lose at that point. That's what's hard.
Do I have to watch this last bit?
I thought, don't try and touch the throttle really early and have a high side slide or anything. I just was dead relaxed on the bike, and I thought, you've won this.
Neil's on wheels first, Lavia second, I think. Frankie Keeley takes the podium. They're going to wreck the joint.
Well, stunning stuff there. I've got to say, Neil Hodgson, if he had that under control, he had me worried there.
He had me fooled as well.
Everyone was beginning to learn that only a fool would count out Neil Hodgson when it comes to a scrap for the line. Neil, though, was just feeling lucky.
Today was a fairy tale because today shouldn't have happened. Today was the race I should have lost in my eyes. That second race, I should have lost that. I should not have won it. So, because I have, it's like, why me? Why so much luck? Why did everything just seem to happen like it did? What sums it up for me was what Frankie said something to me. He's a spot on bloke. I said to him, I apologised and said, look, I'm sorry, I know my bike's a fair bit faster than yours. And he said, whoa, and he grabbed hold of my arm and said, don't apologise. In life, things go good for people in certain times for no reason. And if it's going good for you, enjoy it and do not apologise. And it made me think, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the moment of all this, you know, enjoy it, because I've been in this paddock at Monza and I'd crap races and I had no luck. I walked past and seen Colin Fogarty study doing an interview like this with his big trophies and thinking, total jealous, you know, just looking and thinking, wow, I'd love that. So I'm enjoying the ride, definitely. Well, what are you doing in the pram? Get out of the pram.
You're waiting more than me.
It's you.
Oh,
cheers. Look at that then.
I said fatty.
She said fatty.
Right, do you want to change it now?
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Oh, you will do, boy.
I'm dreading it.
You realise you're not the most important thing in the world anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If
No.
something comes...
No.
Honestly. No, not you. You probably won't.
I'll be in that section to the row. Baby's crying, Catherine will walk over and I'll be going, what about me?
up?
I have to come round and not look too much.
What happened then?
We hit a big bump, the motorhome, and the satellite box, receiver box, fell out.
From there?
From there. It landed on my nose. It would have landed on my legs probably, but my nose is so big it managed to catch it.
We're lucky though, weren't we? You could have knocked you out.
It was unbelievable. We'll film again when we get there and we'll show you the campsite. See you later.
This is our camp. Washing. I'm walking in like I've surprised you.
Look at this.
Yum.
We've arrived. We're camping with Gioni.
Hi, Captain.
Hi there.
Here's David. Hi, David.
Hiya. James Hayden's dad, David Hayden, and James Hayden's mum, Bev.
Here's Bev.
Here's Bev.
He's acting as mum. This looks lovely, Bev. Oh, change colour. Oh my god, why is it doing that? That was really colourful. I think it's maybe it's the light. Do we need the light or not? How's your nose?
Coming on a treat.
Not that bad, is it?
I'm bored, so I've got a couple of new helmets off Swarmy. So this is the sort of exciting thing I do on holiday.
I don't get really technical with this camera, look. Love to have a close up. Where's Eric? He hasn't been on for ages. Hi Eric! You alright? Neil going off to San Marino on his bike. Got your little packed lunch with your sandwich square.
Yeah.
Bye then.
If you look, it's usually only the Brits that are out at this time because it's really hot, so...
And Una Buster's there.
Yeah.
Una Buster, por favore.
Una Buster. He's a crazy man from the shop. Completely crazy.
Right then. Right then. So you're in Germany now and then, Neil?
Real good journey. It only took 11 hours. It's pretty good.
Ciao, Leo.
Remember, don't use the game in the kitchen bit.
No, okay. Is that my kitchen towels?
After a week relaxing, camping out on the Adriatic coast with friends, Neil was in the perfect frame of mind for the next round at Oschersleben, Germany. His demeanour said it all.
Now you get some Manjaro. In a bit. He's a big man. Ernie.
I felt pretty good the day after, I've got to say, that Monday, even after the satellite hit me in the face, I felt pretty good. And then when we parked up on the campsite, James Hayden's parents had come to the same campsite, and we parked up together, and his dad sort of said, oh, do you want a Bex? It was like, he gave me a beer, and then I had another, then we opened a few bottles of wine, and it was nice. Monday night, I was really relaxed, sat with the Hayden family, and just, I really enjoyed that, you know what I mean? And I was completely rattled at the end of it.
And it was not just Neil feeling at ease. Catherine was bearing up well too.
Honestly, she's been superb.
Fine, growing fast.
I think it's got to get worse any time now, really.
I feel really, really full of energy, and I don't know when that's going to stop.
She's spot on. She's spot on.
This is a non-alcoholic shandy made with non-alcoholic Bex.
Neil's whirlwind start had allowed him to relax into the season, but now he was entering record-breaking territory, and the stakes were beginning to rise.
I've won 8 races, and 9's the record with Colin, so I mean, it'd be nice to match that. It'd be nice to beat it, but if I could match it, I'll be happy.
One thing he wouldn't be happy about, though, was the torrential rain in qualifying. This would really test the front-end gremlins that they've been experiencing all season long. And it did. It was Neil's first fall of the season. Luckily, he appeared unscathed. The bike, however, would need a full makeover.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Front? Yeah, it's lots of front. But I was a little bit faster on that lap into that corner, and I was upright, braking, and then it just went.
Yeah, it was
Cut my arm, I think. I don't know what. Oh,
yeah, over there.
So off then to the Clinica Mobile for some running repairs. And if you're squeamish, turn away now.
This is the doctor who likes injecting everything.
No. Little anesthesia, little.
At least it'll add to my cigar collection.
Okay. One. Pain?
No.
One for anesthesia.
Yeah, exactly. The best.
Perfect. Wonderful.
This is big pain.
Yeah. But move.
Yeah, move, but big pain.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the elbow's taking a real big bang, so that's really sore in the elbow. The cut is actually nothing, you know what I mean?
Just keep it moving.
Yeah, I just want to ice it now because it'll probably swell up a bit around the elbow, then it's going to be a pain in the arse. It's going to be uncomfortable all weekend.
And with Neil patched up, it was time to patch up the 999 in time for Superpole.
Yeah, I'll go hard on the first.
Neil entered the weekend knowing he'd lost a good friend and colleague, David Jeffries at the Isle of Man TT. As a mark of respect, he carried a black armband in his honour. Once again, it was another wet 12-lap dice for Superpole. And it was this session in Germany that really emphasised Neil's growing self-belief and determination.
He's working hard. This is as aggressive as I've seen Neil Hodgson race.
Let's see how this aggression is paying off. 27.199 the time to beat. 26.27.183. He's done it by the smallest possible margin.
Neil was quick, but so too was his Superpole nemesis, Frankie Keeley.
Frankie Keeley is really on one now.
27.1's the time to beat. 23, 24, 25, 26. Looking into 26.9. He's done it. 26. Frankie Keeley has done it.
Look, here he is. Hodgson is going to come back out again. So here we go.
Keeley, Hodgson, Toes and Walker. That's your first four at the moment.
Neil goes right out on the ragged edge and then goes over it.
This is their final laps.
Okay, this is the absolute end of all of this. Running out of it. He's run terribly wide across the grass. Pull it up. Just stops it.
Well, that isn't going to be improved here. Now, has that screwed up McConey's time as well? That would be. So Frankie
would be very disappointed.
Yeah, Frankie's going, oh, how good is that one? Because that's Hodgson out of it. Actually, hang on a minute. Hodgson could surely come round.
Yeah, he's only done 10. Yes, he could.
Neil shows true grit, and despite the near crash, goes for it again.
But now Hodgson coming in. See how he's working. Look at that body language, to all his body weight to get that front wheel back. That other lap, he only did a quarter of it before it went wrong. This is good for Neil Hodgson there. So that is commitment, really, to get off the track, scare the living daylights out of yourself, nearly crash, go across the grass, pick the bike up, back onto the track, and already he is 700ths inside the time set by Frankie Keeley. Is this going to say if it's green, it's going to look dodgy for Frankie, and it is.
23s, 24s, 26.9, 26.907, and he does it. Pole position for Neil Hodgson. What a start.
Absolutely stunning stuff.
I just got back into the track and thought, right, I can still do this. I know what I've got to do now, and I know I can do it. And I just focused and just concentrated really hard not to make a mistake and try and do a clean lap.
Amen. Amen.
Sorry. The fire's burning really hot, you know, and I'm hungry. You know, I'm not losing any hunger. I'm not getting bored of winning or getting poles. It just gets worse. I want it more each time.
because I can't settle for second place. I just feel like I've completely let myself down. So it does get worse, almost uncomfortably, because you don't really enjoy much of it. You know, I don't enjoy any of it. I just want the perfect bike and then enjoy that feeling of getting pole. But then that goes pretty quickly. Like now I don't feel I'm not enjoying it at all.
It's like a drug, isn't it?
It's a drug, and I've got to win both the races tomorrow. I'll be devastated.
In race 1, Neil did equal Edwards' record of 9 wins, but it was not without incident.
Oh, he nearly hit him. Neil Hodgson, yet another win. Can he make it 10?
The question now, was he ready for the perfect 10?
The second race was just, it was just really tough.
Toseland has stolen a march on the monitor. Toseland's out in front. That's exactly what he needs.
I got behind James and he was riding perfect. All credit to him, he rode a fantastic race. It was like inch perfect everywhere. He didn't go wide, no silly mistakes, which I needed him to make. I really pushed and dug deep. It wasn't happening. It just was so difficult to pass.
Now, this is going to ruin Neil Hodgson's record. Hodgson, look at that, moving his body weight around, trying to get his bike, the front wheel down with all the power.
I passed him in a place where you don't normally pass somebody, because that's all I could do.
He's through. Unbelievable stuff. I don't know where that came from.
And at that point, we both think the same thing, and it's the same piece of tarmac. Boom.
Delayed lunge, and they're banging elbows with each other, they're pushing real hard.
I thought I'd crashed, because it all happened so quick. Obviously, I have no wing mirrors. I know he's going to come from that direction. Luckily, the speed corrects the bike. I went into the next corner and I realised I had no clutch lever. And I thought, oh no, like, that's my race over.
I think Neil Hodgson has lost his clutch lever, or has he, or he's just making sure everything's okay?
You can see it was all bent underneath, but it's got like a pivot in it, so I managed to get it up and I could operate the clutch.
Well, this is the last corner, Die Spielmacher. We're going to pull out and around this corner and see some history in the making. James Toseland shaking his head, he can't believe it. The young Brit has won his first Superbike race. Neil Hodgson, second place, does not take the world record.
We've had a real mix-up of a weekend, really. It's been a real tough one. And I knew eventually I'd get caught sort of off guard, you know. And this weekend is it. I'd never thought I could win them all. I truly never believed that. So I'm disappointed, but I mean the priority, like I said from day one, was to win the World Championship.
Over the weeks, the pressure to keep winning was building. Perhaps Toseland's win in Germany would help keep Neil on course for his ultimate goal. The German experience may well have ended Neil's perfect run, but Davide's seen it all and puts it in perspective.
What can I say?
113 points leading in the championship. I think that's the best result we have.
Not so bad. Winning as many races as I can is good, but winning the World Championship is everything.
The next round on the calendar for Neil is back at home at Silverstone, but his homecoming isn't sweet. Neil's been very ill. It was something that would certainly play its role.
I just felt terrible over the weekend. Full-on flu, hot and cold, shivery. So I went to the doctors on Monday morning, and he said I got gingivitis, which is a gum infection. But Catherine's read up on it, and it can, if you really run down and tired, it can spread, and it sort of spread to my glands, and that's what basically happened, because my glands are really sore, unbelievable, and under my arm was really sore. So it spread, and I got this sort of fevery thing as well with it all. But then it's called trench mouth. So believe it or not, I've had trench mouth, which is the most horrendous sounding thing I've ever heard.
Still, the show must go on.
Our race weekend's pretty tiring anyway, as you've seen over the last few months. So if you start the weekend like I feel now, which I've not done for a long time,
Yeah, I'm a bit worried.
And worry he might. Silverstone's circuit would expose the 999 shortfalls. And given Neil's current health, it would be a massive undertaking to give the home fans what they wanted, a Hodgson win. But the early prognosis wasn't good.
I find it difficult to hold on to the bike on all the fast stuff, on the fast corners, in the fast, and you hit the bumps. It just upsets the bike so much.
And it wasn't just Neil suffering with setup. Teammate Ruben Zas was also into Spanish gesticulation, which means he too was struggling to get comfortable on the bike. Many alterations and laps later, Neil had only made slow progress. And with time running out and feeling the way he did, this was something he could do without.
As I accelerate, as it hits any bumps, just like it just does. Really? Unbelievable though. Possible to ride, I tell you. It's a bit difficult at the moment.
It's hard work.
I don't feel 100%, but...
No, but I can see it. I can see that you have to force the bike a lot to change direction and throw it in.
Like after 6-7 laps.
Today it's been disastrous at points in the day. We've tried a few little different things and it's been really hard. And I use the word scary, you know, and I've used it a few times this year when I've actually been frightened because you're just not in control. And there's some fast corners, there's some 120-mile-an-hour corners around this place. So when you're in them sorts of speeds and you don't feel in control, it's not a nice feeling. So I've been biting my lip when I come in really because I want to be a bit of a schoolboy motocross rider and shout and scream like a baby, you know. I knew we were going to struggle here. 2 reasons. 1, I don't like the track, so that's never a good thing if you don't like somewhere. And 2, it's got everything that the 999 doesn't really seem to adapt to, which is fast, bumpy, flat corners. So it's been really a tough day of just trying to get the thing to do what I need it to do.
Halfway, 27.5.
27.5 and try and stop this packing down.
Yeah, no problem.
In these situations, what I make sure I do is I have a real good debrief. So after the session, I stayed and talked to Ernesto for over an hour. Just went through everything, and I get it off my chest straight away. Tell him exactly what I feel the bike's doing. Give him the problem, almost give him the headache. And I trust him. He's very good at his job. And as soon as I've done that, actually, I don't feel too bad because I know that he'll come up with something.
Sure enough, Ernesto's been on the case, and now it's time for Neil to try it out. But it really is make or break. As the team watches on anxiously, Ernesto seems confident that he's found the solutions. But the question was, had he?
The changes? A lot better.
A lot better.
Yeah, massive difference.
Okay, perfect.
I had a massage, I had a bit of a sleep, and they put me on a drip. And I felt a lot better in the afternoon.
Uncharacteristically, but not surprisingly, Neil did not qualify first. He would go out for Super Pole early, but now he was feeling more rested and ready.
Excellent lap here from Neil Hodgson. This is going to worry 1 or 2 people that are waiting to go out. They're seeing this 4/10 up. This will be a stunning lap from Neil Hodgson. And he is so good at putting these single laps together.
The way he's going, this will be a 52. We have not seen a 1 minute 52 lap this weekend so far. 53.3 was Rudder, and we're 4/10 under. He keeps them neat and smooth. This will be a 52. This is absolutely a flight. This is going to be a stormer of a lap. Job done.
That's going to take some beating. A stunning lap. It's just seamless the way he rides the bike. Beautiful riding style from Neil Hodgson.
Ernesto had cracked it, but now Neil would have to play a waiting game of a different kind as the others went out, something he wasn't used to.
I've got to say I was nervous after watching everybody else go around. I didn't enjoy that at all, and I did feel physically sick. It's horrible when it's out of your control, when you're watching other people go around trying to beat your time.
This is close, Steve.
This is unbelievably close.
This is looking quick in through bridge. The Suzuki is handling pretty well. We've noticed how strong it is through high-speed corners, and it's quicker. 500s under. This is going to be as close as you like as we watch Lavia use all of the track into the stadium section.
Hold an inside line, and that looks better. Looks better.
That looks really neat. Stood the bike up, getting the power down. 52.8 to beat. I reckon this is going to do it. 51, 52, but he didn't.
Awesome, buddy. It's important to me because I want to be pole, and I want to be pole in front of all the British fans. I've got a few fans out there, and you feel responsible. You don't want to let them down. I do anyway. I take it pretty personally.
It was a particularly good race. I did enjoy it afterwards, watching it on TV.
And we're racing. Hodgson pushes hard, but I think Kageyama got away pretty well as well. Sneaking into the first corner.
I went into turn 3 or whatever and had a real big slide.
Oh, Hodgson, they had a bit of a moment there.
It really sort of screwed me up for the first half of the race. And what it actually did was it made me slow through that section. So I allowed people to stay with me. And what happened was, it just turned into a bit of a fight.
Look at Kageyama tucked in there, and he's going to be fast. He's tried it down the inside, he has, into the bridge.
Got him. And Hodgson fights back, coming up the quarry. Kageyama trying to go the long way round. Hodgson fights back, now Kageyama's tucked in. Side by side, this isn't going to work. Almost touching Ferry. Look at Lavia pushing very hard. He wants a piece of this as well. Hodgson has a look. Lavia goes round the outside. Lavia takes Hodgson into the stadium.
Watch now, there's a bit of duking going on here. How close is this going to get? We have a race on here at Silverstone.
This is what happens if you don't use the whole track and go smooth. You know, literally race to that corner, somebody outbrakes somebody, then race to the next one. But whilst you're outbraking somebody, you're squeezing the brake and you basically stop the bike. And that allowed slower riders to get involved in the fight. So that's why at one point there's 10 people basically battling for the lead.
I will become master of the universe.
Oh, I don't believe what I'm seeing. Hodgson that time did make a mistake. Went in there, he tried that pass on the inside. Kageyama and Dowson's gone through in a second.
It was crazy, I tell you. Difficult race, really, really difficult.
Oh, okay, now Hodgson's now leading.
Hodgson goes back in the lead. Hodgson wins possibilities.
That was one of them where there was no championship, nothing in my mind at all, except I've got to win this race.
Once again we come through bridge, and once again Lavia showing how strong he is there. Look, Tozen's had a run down the inside. James Tozen! The 52 trying to bank panels once again with his old teammate Neil Hodgson. Tozen's up into third. Hodgson!
Now Hodgson, now we are! Oh dear me, I don't like what I'm watching. Tozen up into second place this time. There's James Tozen, 52. This is Hodgson we're on board with now. I have never seen anything like this at Silverstone before. This is the best race of the year without question.
It was only the last 5 laps that I got control of it. Up until that point, I was puffing and panting a bit.
Takes a wide line. Oh,
that's off.
Kageyama's on the grass. Don't touch the brakes. Just get yourself across there nicely. Nicely done. Oh, he's down. Lavia's down.
Let's keep it neat, gentlemen. Everybody stay on the black stuff. No room. Oh, bit of a moment there. South's almost down. That was really tight. This is the drag down the line now. It's going to be Hodgson. Hodgson takes the win.
By far the best race of the year to date, and a race where Neil had to ride out of his skin to win. Race 2 would be more of the same, but by then Neil was in the zone with thoughts of a homecoming double.
Head down, thumb up, across as he's done it.
I will become
master of the universe.
God, I felt good.
They wanted my scalp, everybody did, you know, and everybody had I think, a bit of confidence after what happened in Germany. You know, I'd not been beaten up until Germany, then all of a sudden I get beat and people think, he's beatable then, you know, like, he is beatable. And everybody came into this round with that attitude, and I think the way the weekend panned out, early on especially, all that did was put fuel on their fire, you know.
Over the course of the Silverstone weekend, Neil was learning the value of his team, and one man in particular.
He knew how hard it was, he knew that. He knows me really well, Ernesto, and he knows I give 100% obviously, but he knew I've been croaked all weekend, and I felt sick when I've been riding in practice, and it's just been a real strange weekend. So, you know, he's worked hard, and it means a lot to them because they do work hard, and I very rarely praise them. You know, I usually on a post-race interview, it's all me, but I very rarely talk about the team, but you know, the lads work so hard.
Dancing for joy, success at Silverstone was all about team support. But for the lords of the dance, it would be a quick step, as Mazzano was the following weekend. Summer in the Adriatic coast is always hot, and for the next round of the championship at Mazzano, Italy, it was no exception. In fact, the whole weekend was more like a big cauldron in more ways than one.
About 50 miles an hour down here.
Neil and chief engineer Ernesto keep cool by cruising the track, familiarising themselves with the outlay of this tight and tricky Italian circuit. With qualifying underway, for a change, everything was working according to plan, and with an upbeat feeling throughout the team.
Take it back. I don't feel slightly tired on the bike. Feels everything's compared to Silverstone, where everything's really tired. I've not changed the bike at all, which is the first time all year I've gone to a track and not changed the bike. You know, normally we're trying everything to get it to feel half decent, but at the moment it feels pretty close, straight out the gate. It's weird that it's the way the 999's been this year. It has been the opposite. It's been hard work really. That first hour is usually, you know, it doesn't feel right. I feel nervous on the bike, and it's doing not what I want it to do. But for whatever reason, it's working.
We are 2/10 quicker than everybody on the first one.
Oh, on the first split? Bike feels great around there.
Yeah.
The trouble was, the bike was also feeling great for teammate and closest rival, Ruben Zaus. The Spaniard led the charge of the rest of the field against Neil. And like Neil earlier in the year, Ruben was now clicking with his bike and the team, and growing in confidence with every outing. It was obvious his intentions were clear.
So I'll just go flat out through the left. Yeah, just like Farnese says, when you think to take off one gear, just put one on.
Into Superpole, and the fast one-lap dash, so difficult to perfect, was now becoming second nature.
This is the critical split coming up now. Will it be red? Will it be green? We'll get a very good indication of what's going to go on. It's green. He's pulled it back.
Coming into the final chicane now. Neil Hodgson, the man who's won all but one race here, the man that's had all but one pole position this year. Going down and across the stripe, up to the start finish straight. 35.1 the time to beat, and it's a 34.5, just like clockwork.
Neil was using less of the clock than the others, and that's what made him fastest. Or was it? What we don't see behind closed doors are the long hours into the night by the team, which keep that clockwork ticking. Race day, and while everyone scurried around looking for answers, Neil was more than quietly confident.
For the first time all year, I knew I was going to win both races. I was literally half a second faster than everybody. I was a second faster than Rubens on race tyres every lap.
And they're away. Everyone looks as though it's pretty clean. Hodgson's all right on the outside of the screen. Watch for that man Ianutsu, the yellow machine down the inside, 31. Yep, I thought he might do it. But not for long. Hodgson lunges down the inside into the tight curve of the Caro, and Hodgson now resumes natural race order.
And I just thought, no problem, absolutely no problem. I didn't change the bike once, I felt fit again, and then boom, down you go.
Yeah, no, it's Neil.
Neil?
Got a rider off, Hodgson, unbelievable.
Neil Hodgson is out of this race.
And as you go down, like I say, that feeling of, oh no, that instant shock. I was so shocked, I couldn't believe I crashed on that corner because I pushed so hard there in practice. And then I'm running to the bike, hoping you can just see that wheel going, you know, and it wasn't, the wheel wasn't moving. And I got to the bike and it's all over. Instant shock, then instant, total, I can't believe I've just done that. And I've just done amateur mistake number 1. And I've gone out like it's a 5-lap dash. I felt in tip-top shape. And I'm stood there after 1 lap, all over. You know, like, God almighty, that was hard. Shoot off.
Rubens House takes his first win of the year.
Unbelievably, Neil Hodgson falling.
A well-deserved win for the Spaniard, who was certainly adding a little spice to the Misano cauldron. For Neil, it was just salt in the wounds.
Race 2 was a real difficult one for me because I'd crashed and I'd not known why. I didn't understand why I'd crashed. I rode tight as hell. I rode nervous as hell. I didn't want to crash twice because then I didn't want to lose 50 points over a weekend.
Looks to me like Hodgson is starting to eke out an advantage already.
Rubens out, already up there into 4th place. I just saw him blast past Ian Nutso that time around, so just check this out. Rubens out is on the charge.
Moving stealthily through the pack, the ever more confident Zaus was on the prowl. And not before long, the number 11 appeared within striking distance of Neil. And it was now a case of the hunter becoming the hunted.
I was constantly not wanting to crash. So I didn't want to flirt with the limit. You're sort of thinking about it, you're thinking, oh, I better take my finger off the brake, don't want to put too much pressure, I don't want to lose it there, there's bumps there. If you ride like that, you don't win.
He's fast, he'll make a run through here now, building. If he can keep it pinned, and he has kept it pinned, watch this. Zaus will come through this corner down, I'm sure he's going to have a lunge down the inside. Hodgson will defend, Zaus is going the long way round, surely he can't do it the long way round, and he has.
I got past in the last lap. And I sort of panicked a little bit, but not too much, because I knew there was always going to be a chance to pass on the last corner. And I felt like I did everything right, I set it all up, and then returning to the last corner, I went to do the fast in, slow out move. And as I accelerated, the back end just spun. And as it spun, I had to shut the throttle because it was going to high side me. And as I shut the throttle, it meant I was behind on the move, and it was all over. And it was that horrible realisation of I've been beaten again.
Rubens House takes the double and beats Neil Hodgson. You couldn't have got money on that.
I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I went over the line and just felt devastated. I lost 30 points in that one weekend to Rubens. And that's when every one of my muscles contracted, and that's sort of been a little bit of the story of what happened after it, all because of that one meeting.
Beside himself with anger, regret and frustration, no one could console him.
Second is first, you know, it's the first loser. It's an old cliche, but it is. I'm the first loser, so I don't have 1 ounce of good feeling inside me. I don't have 1 ounce of elation or adrenaline, you know, an explosion of emotion. I have nothing. I feel dead. Go over the line, you feel dead. Just go over the line, I want to retire. That's how we feel, you know, you just think, that's crap. Because you're angry with yourself because you didn't do your job like you know you can. So that's how much it means to me.
Hi, welcome to Laguna Seca Raceway.
Laguna Seca, loved, hated, feared. It's a track that has everything, including the toughest turn of all, the corkscrew. Add to that a host of wildcard AMA riders, and this race is always one of the most unpredictable of the season, and one that would prove to be a great deal more difficult for Neil than expected.
I landed down into the first corner. I followed him over the hill like that. And he just brakes like that and goes into the first corner. I'm braking and the bike's like that. He just goes in, turns it, and fires out, and I'm like, I've still got the throttle closed trying to get the thing to turn.
The Nightmare of Mazzano struck again in practice. Neil went down for the 3rd time this season, and already the team were on the back foot.
I crashed again, and it was the same crash as what I've been in Italy. No feeling at all, nothing at all, just into the corner, and I'm just like, what happened then? So when that happens twice, it just, like I say, you just tense up, you just ride a bit tighter. Like I say, it's not fear of getting injured, it's fear of you get no points, you know, so.
At Laguna, Neil was losing his way.
We really struggled around there with the setting. I got completely lost that weekend. Michelin turned up with about 10 rear tyres to test. I tried 9. I just never felt comfortable for some reason.
Superpole so often where Neil had put everything right by pulling out the stops. This time his efforts were only good enough for 8th overall. Even Ernesto seemed out of answers, and this may have been one of Neil's favourite tracks. But right now, there was just too much on his plate.
He just wants to come here and he likes his track, and I think because it's not gone well and he's just trying all these things and nothing's working, and I think he's just tried too much, it's all got confusion, his head's just, he can't get his head around it now.
Neil would have to dig deep and take a deep breath, keep his head down, especially now that Ruben Zaz was fastly becoming his closest rival and a real threat. As they headed away for the start of race 1, everyone got away cleanly. Then there was mayhem in the first corner. Let's see who's got the best of start. The Suzuki's didn't get a good start. Cody did, and somebody's already down! But as the dust settled, one thing was clear. That is Neil Hodgson, the championship leader! Disaster at the start here!
I just couldn't believe it was happening. I just thought, oh no, not now. Massive disappointment, obviously. And I quickly glanced around to see Rubens was down. Thinking, well, at least if he's down, I'm not really bothered, it doesn't matter. And I couldn't see him.
Luckily, one thing he was seeing was red.
I look around and the red flag's out and I thought, that'll do nicely.
Race 1, take 2. Straight away, the man on the move was Ruben Zaz, picking up where he left off in Mazzano. Look, here comes Zaz on Keeley. Well, Ruben Zaz, turn 11, goes into 2nd place. Got a chance to go on the inside, so Zaz leads the race. Rubens eases into the lead with Neil struggling in 5th place. But soon, roles would be reversed. Unbelievable! The leader's down! Once again, Rubens' over-exuberance had got the better of him. While the team were disappointed, there was one man who wasn't.
I was pleased when Rubens crashed, being honest, and lying if I said I wasn't, because then I just thought, oh, thank God for that. Because he'd gained 30 points on me at the round before, and at the point he crashed, I was in about 3rd place or 4th, and he's just pulling away, leading. You're starting to panic a bit. So when he went down, I thought, oh, thanks, that'll do nicely.
Victory in the end would go to the ever-popular veteran, Frankie Keeley.
Keeley comes over the line, Frankie goes to Hollywood and comes up trumped.
An acceptable result for Neil as well.
I ended up being 2nd place, and I think I rode very, very well. It wasn't the best race of the year, but I rode a good solid race.
Race 2, as they say up north, would be hard graft.
Race 2 was a really weird race.
The lights go out, Keeley gets a decent start, and so too does Yates.
It was a real scrappy sort of first lap, and I struggled to get into my rhythm. And by the time I got into my rhythm, Rubens had already gone. And then James passed me, and I lost a bit of time with the pass because he came underneath me. And I should have backed off earlier, but I was being stubborn. I just closed back in on him, and we went into the corkscrew together, and he crashed directly in front of me. And I can't believe the cameras didn't show it, because it was quite funny how it all happened. But it was like a nervous rider, me, not wanting to crash, trying to get around a crash rider. And then I rejoined the track, and just as I rejoined the track, Lavia, Walker, and Yates all passed me. And then there's 5 laps to go, and I've got to get these 3 now.
Here comes Hodgson, now in pursuit of Walker. He's done it already. And the Spaniard does it finally at Laguna. A very good victory for him. Teammate Neil Hodgson will take 2nd place.
Race 2 was a hard-fought 2nd place, but unlike Mazzano, Neil was able to see the positives. In his mind this time, he was not the first of the losers.
2 2nd places. I won the meeting, that's the way I look at it. I won the meeting quite comfortably, actually. I got 40 points. I think the next best is 25. Keeley got 25 points, Rubens got 25 points, James Sullivan got 13. You know what I mean? There's like, a lot of people didn't get a lot of points this weekend.
Winning championships is all about consistency. The Mazzano and Laguna weekends had taught Neil valuable lessons. To finish first you must finish.
It's not always, it's not always plain sailing, and this weekend wasn't plain sailing by any means. And for the first time all year, I started to doubt myself. You know, like yesterday I was in the doldrums, and for the first time, there's like negative thoughts, and I'm thinking, come on, pull yourself together, you can do this, you know.
On the run-up to Brands Hatch, Neil felt like a mouse on a wheel, the wheel of PR and media. The London Eye was firmly on its most popular motorcycle racer.
Busy day today. I know.
Oh, we're here then, Shell Centre, London. So, I'm smaller in real life. That is a fact, I'm definitely smaller in real life. Yeah, about the same.
Feeling nervous?
No, not at all. It's really easy to talk about yourself. That's all I've got to do, so. And Shell Advance, obviously.
Questions, interviews, launches and press conferences. Everyone wanted a piece of him. It was non-stop.
What's like racing in front of your home crowd? Any extra pressure?
Oh God. Any extra pressure? It's weird. It's weird.
If you go on and win the World Championship this year, will we see him on bike number 1 next year?
I've actually thought about that, but I'm still undecided really.
What would you do if your children one day in the future came to you and said, Dad, I want to race motorcycles?
You said you don't own a road bike anymore. Does that mean you don't really ride on the road much these days?
Do you get recognised when you go shopping? Whereabouts in the north do you come from?
Busy day in the office then. How'd you get on with your teammate then?
I've got a question for you. If you have a moment on the track and it sort of knocks your confidence, what do you do to get back into it?
Got
talk sport. I'll have a chat with you about it for 5-10 minutes, if that's all right.
Yeah.
The first thing I'll ask you is just what you're doing here today. So just the same old line, just about thanking Shell Advance.
I've come to the Shell Advance Centre and basically just come down to thank everybody from Shell for the technical support.
After constant surveillance, it's back to the hotel with manager Roger Burnett. But Neil was still getting used to the big time.
Yeah. Get the air conditioning on, that's the first thing.
He was also getting used to the gadgets.
It's all technical stuff, you lot. I've no idea what I'm doing. Minibar. That's what I call a good view, slightly different to what I'm used to. Bit of a contrast though, isn't it? Douglas, London.
Eric, for God's sake. Stay inside, we don't want people to see you on TV. What was that?
What we're wearing, what we're doing, just casual. Casual. Smart cash. And Yamaha, which is Italian for let's go.
Another day, another dose of PR.
Well, we're off again, more PR unfortunately, but part of the job. Obviously I'm quite busy with lots of PR that I've got to do anyway, and I've got lots of obligations to do for all my current sponsors. Well, I think there are associations out there.
Why is it such a popular event?
Well, I think quite a few different reasons, not just like one thing. We'll be eating in about 2 hours of it. It always drags on this bit now.
Brands Hatch, you must be looking forward to that.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Do you have any spare time to just go out and have a look around and see all the Neil Hodgson banners and flags?
The seat wraps are big trucks, so otherwise they look a bit weird. Dangling in space.
We're going to a Ducati store now, so I don't know what it's going to be like. I've done these Ducati stores before, and sometimes they're jam-packed, and sometimes there's 3 people there to meet you, so... Off on the magical mystery tour of London. Right, I'm getting a cappuccino. Do you want one? Do you want one? Do you want one, Danny? Are you sure? Right, Julian.
Far more than 3 people show up to meet the man. As always, he's as gracious as ever.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Well, a couple of photos with you, Neil.
Course you can.
Cheers, mate.
You stand there for a
Big smile to the camera.
Good at standing, good at the baby, so far away now, is it?
Bloody hell, no, I'm actually starting to panic now.
Bit of a big view for you, isn't it?
Unbelievable. There you go.
Thanks so much.
No problem.
Cheers, man.
Thanks, mate.
Finally to Brands Hatch for the racing. But the PR circus is far from over. Now they want the shirt off his back and more.
Would you say you're an exhibitionist?
What the hell gave you that impression, Susie?
That's great. Now, can you just stand and...
Is it true that everybody else, you've got all the other riders to do this?
Stand up with the cushion in front of you and, like, do something to camera.
Surely it's all over now. Not quite.
This is Paul Henderson of GQ Magazine.
So about the cameras, Paul.
That's all right now.
They're annoying me just as much as you.
Yeah, you're a big famous man now, aren't you?
Well famous.
Yeah. After winning nine races on the trot, where's it all gone wrong? You came second, didn't you? Something?
Yeah, useless actually.
And what we're going to need is we need the team around you fixing the bikes as well. That's it. And then I've got everything symmetrical around you and I've backlit you. And then you're going to have flaps in your eyes. So yeah, you just got to do them and ignore everybody and I'm going to have them all messing around. That's it. I need a couple on that side.
Enough was enough. After 4 long days, the smile was wearing thin.
I feel like a prostitute almost, or a dummy. I get sort of taken from one place to the next and put in front of people and to perform. And then I'm pulled back. That's one other interview I've done, and then I'm put in front of someone else. And I've never experienced it like that before. I've done that much and that many different things, and just as quickly and that, and just to this, and we've got just to them, and you just it wears you out performing. I'm the performing bloody monkey, you know what I mean? So you start the weekend knackered because I've been performing for 3 days doing my cartwheels and my silly little dances, and you know it's like.
Still, after 4 days, everyone got what they came for.
Yeah, put the thing on there, it should be fine.
We'll find it wasn't at Brands Hatch, it was a washout. And just when Neil needed to be at his very best, he was physically and mentally exhausted. Fatigue, monsoon weather, and now the final blow. His chief engineer and top ally in the title fight had left his post. Ernesto had broken his leg, was in hospital. Neil was on his own against the world. But as he has learned, the show must go on. Once again, Brands Hatch was a new circuit for the 999. But as the season has proved, setting up even in the best of conditions can take all weekend. But with persistent rain, it was a nightmare.
I've always managed just to have enough track time to get it sorted. And at Brands, all we needed was 4 hours of dry track time. And what we got was 1 hour session. We had 1 hour session of dry track.
No setup time, no rest, and no joy with the bike meant Neil had no sense of humour.
It's embarrassing. People are dragging me. It's a long time for the left side to be wow.
Add it all up, and it comes to very little. And they say 13 is unlucky.
The bike is wheeling everywhere, down every straight, have the back brake on.
Team boss Davide has a quiet word to try and pick him up. He's not the only one who understands what he's going through.
I think he's had a hard week, and I know that. He's been non-stop with PR. I think the mood started probably yesterday, and then obviously little things haven't helped, like Ernesto, bless him, is in hospital, so there's nothing we can do about that. Luckily he's fine, but just little things like that, and then the weather, and then this track, he wants to do well, the pressure, and I just think he's just already tired with all the PR, and he's not a happy chappy at all.
Yeah, I was too stressed, and that's probably, well, it's not probably, that's why I didn't ride good, you know, when you're really on edge and you're just stressed up, you're not relaxed like you would be. With everything you do, you're not relaxed, so you get on the bike and you don't just all of a sudden just relax on the bike, you know, it was just like I took the tension there with me.
But the tension was rising as race day approached, and without Ernesto, Neil felt out in the cold.
But I don't know your problem now where he is.
Brake into this corner, into the last corner, at the back of the straight. The bike dives and shakes like that, really violent.
It's a 300 grams, what we want, okay? But it's probably too much long in between them. But
Yeah. It's like I thought it would be. It's very, very frustrating. It's very difficult, you know. The relationship between the rider and the engineer is everything. I only want to speak to one person when I come in. I'm only interested in talking to one person. And Esto, I come in, I can go, you know, like just fire some information at him. With my helmet on, I didn't have to see my lips moving, and it's done. You know, biggest weekend of the year, and I'm trying to forge a new relationship with my chief engineer.
I think we need to go pretty soon.
Yeah.
Get some laps.
As soon as possible.
Superpole in the wet is down to timing, but Neil's timing was off.
I was knackered, not riding probably as good as I can, and that's what happens, you know. I can't always pull it out of the hat. Because I was running on empty, there was no fight in me. You know, what summed the weekend up was Superpole. It was abysmal.
Hodgson has a bit of a slip there, that's not good for the confidence when that happens.
I rode around like a woman, you know, I don't know what all that was about, but I had nothing left.
But he also will not want to be starting on that third row of the grid, will he?
It's like, if you have to do a marathon and you've not eaten for a week, you haven't got the, well, if you have to run 1 mile and you haven't eaten for a week, you can't, and that's what it was like.
Across the line, 38.7, so it's done nothing really.
I rode around, so that slide, or you know what I mean? And then you come in and you qualify 11th. Where you need a boost at that point, it does the opposite then. I qualified 11th, so my shoulders go down a bit further.
Race day. The fans all want to meet him, and they all want him to win. The pressure is enormous. Over 125,000 people had crammed into the Kent circuit, and Neil was desperate to win. But on the third row, his choices were limited.
I've nothing to lose, you know, when you qualify back, you sort of feel like you've nothing to lose. So you just go out and fight, you know, this is a job. It's the other side of the job, you know, when it's all rosy, you have to fight, but when it's in this situation, you've nothing to lose, so I just get up in the morning with my boxing gloves on and just think, right, here we go. You know.
It's streaming towards us now. Has Walker made amends? No, it's Reynolds and Laconi goes with him. Reynolds, Laconi, Walker down through Paddock Hill Bend.
You have to pass Laconi, otherwise then Matthew's faster.
Neil Hodgson, you can see he's not at one with that bike, the front end of the bike. He's putting himself in a position where you should be able to just ease the brakes off and slide down the inside of someone. He's not able to do it. He's now completely through, and he's done it this time.
Then, with a puff of smoke, there was a glimmer of hope, or potential carnage.
Now look at this from Ruben Zaus. Now this will be horrendous there for Neil Hodgson because he'll see the smoke. Zaus won't know it. What's going on? I hope that Zaus feels it on his footrest or something like that because this could be horrendous if it gets on the back tyre there. Neil Hodgson will not want to be close to Ruben Zaus.
He'll keep out of his way.
They need to put a flag out for Ruben Zaus. We'll probably see, look, box, there it is. But the organisers also will probably put out a black flag with an orange dot on it, meaning a technical fault, and he's seen it. Thank goodness for that. Yeah. Hodgson's got away. Ruben Zaus is out of this race with smoke pouring out of it with 10 laps remaining.
With Ruben out, Neil had forged his way through to an unbelievable second place.
Hodgson has the run now on the inside.
It wasn't a win, but it certainly seemed like one. Meanwhile, wildcard Shane Byrne took victory.
Shaky Byrne, you're a hero. Storms it. Now the rest of the world field come along and it's going to go right down to the wire. Great ride for Chris Walker, a better one for Neil Hodgson.
Well, all I know is that's 20 points more than Ruben Zaus. Another 8 points more and he has the championship sewn up. He will be overjoyed with that result.
I was actually over the moon with the first race. To finish second, it was like a very good result. To say how the bike felt and how I felt,
In between races, the mood had totally changed. He now had a chance to go for the championship. Finally, something to smile about.
He's quite relaxed actually, because it's giving him a good, I can't speak too loud because we're there, but it's giving him a good lead now. So actually championship-wise, that's a lot better. So hopefully, we'll see what happens. Anything could happen and it could go either way. But yeah, have a word with him. Ask him yourself.
I've got to try and win the race. If I can win the race, then the odds are maybe Rubens would be third, second. You know, if I can win the race, I can win the championship.
Is this lifting up your nerve level?
I feel more relaxed than I did for the first race, believe it or not. I felt very tense. Now I know I can do it, so it's just a case. I've made some real small changes to the bike which should enable me to be a bit quicker. I can only try my best, like I've done all year, so see what it's like, see what the bike's like. I'm going to push as hard as I can.
He is thinking about the championship. It's official. 8 points, Steve. 8 points is all he needs to gap between himself and Rubens House, and he's done it.
And I didn't feel any extra pressure at that point, no more than the normal pressure of I'm at Brands Hatch, you know, and I want to win here.
Now we're looking back, and this is Bike 100. That's the view back from Laconi's machine. We're looking at Hodgson, hooking our way through clearways. He's having a really terrible time. Bike 55 looks very uncomfortable, and Hodgson makes really short work of Regis Laconi.
There's Hodgson moved up another place, he's now right behind number 11, Rubens House, his teammate.
Probably 10 laps, everything felt not too bad. I felt really, really confident at those first 10 laps.
Look at that, Hodgson through around the outside.
Confidence now restored, Neil carved his way through the pack once again. But in doing so, he used the last of his reserves.
I never give in, I never close the throttle, even though I dropped back. I made 2 big stupid mistakes. I just got a false neutral on 2 occasions and just sort of lost the toe. Where at one point I was just about hanging on, I then dropped to a second, 2 seconds behind him.
He has dropped back a bit actually, Neil Hodgson, hasn't he? Neil Hodgson's dropped off the back of Rubens House.
And it looked like I threw the towel in, and I think the team thought I had. And I said to Davide Tardozzi that he sort of looked at me a bit annoyed after the second race, and I said, don't say anything because I rode as hard as I could. He said, yeah, but why did you drop back? You know, and it looked like I closed the throttle, but so I explained it to him and I said, I rode as hard as I could. But that's it, you know, the bike wasn't set up right. We hadn't chose the right tyres. I was knackered, not riding probably as good as I can. It's not happening today.
Shaky Byrne, the wildcard rider on the Monster Mod Ducati, is going to take the double. Unbelievable stuff across the stripe. He's done it. The double for Shaky.
Neil's Brands experience was finally over.
I had a fantastic season, and that 5th place is the first bad result. But it was nothing to do with lack of trying. It was just the whole circumstances come together.
An all-British podium, but no Neil Hodgson. An unfamiliar sight. And after the racing was over, it was back to the fans and more PR. But this time, it was therapy.
And it felt fantastic because I started off in a bad mood and finished 2 hours of signing, 2.5 hours of signing. Where you think I'd be more in a bad mood, it was the opposite because there were so many well-wishers and everybody had positive things to say. Not one person said anything bad.
Pretty ignorant all weekend. Not ignorant, busy. I have been busy. So I've kept myself to myself as much as I can, but I promised everybody that I'll sign autographs as long as they want them. So I'm eating my words. Unfortunately, I'm going to be here for a while, I think.
Looking forward to the rest of it?
Yeah, big time, yeah. Looking forward to a few drinks this week, just chilling. And then back into training, because I've missed so much training with doing so much PR.
Time now for a rest and a refreshing change of focus for both Neil and Catherine.
Yeah, I can't wait to get home. I really can't. And we're moving, and that's all exciting. I'm really excited about that. And we've got a month at home, and the baby could come any time, so it is quite exciting.
Neil almost took the title for Catherine at Brands, but now he'll have to go it alone.
I'm a bit sad because Oh, it would have been really nice because then at least we could completely relax and Neil could enjoy the baby coming, and you know, I'll obviously be really sad being at home when he wins the championship because I'm sure he's going to win it at Assen.
A new house, a new baby about to arrive. It's all going on in the Hodgson household, and there's the small matter of a world title still to be won. But the future king of World Superbikes, like most Englishmen, is making his home his castle, and he's doing it himself. They've only moved just up the road, but with a new member of the family imminent, Neil and Catherine felt it was time to move from their flat into something bigger, with room for the baby. Well, this is big, and the fact is they fell in love with it as soon as they saw it.
We just walked in. Within 10 minutes we'd walked round and just thought, that's the one.
We loved it, that's why we knew we had to have it. This just came up and we just thought, we've got to have it, absolutely, got to. It's just the perfect house to have a baby now because the nursery off our room, and we've got now spare rooms so people can come over. I mean, the flat was just going to be an absolute nightmare.
It's got quite a big garden, and it's got a greenhouse, and it's got a shed for pottering in. I can picture myself going down there and sitting in a deck chair and reading my bike magazines when I've fallen out with Catherine.
This is our nursery. Our nursery. And Neil just brought all this. It started last night. He's got this little thing that's going to go up there. And obviously it's not finished. Curtains are coming. And this is like going to be a foil that attaches to the wall. And goes over there, I think. Or I might put it up as curtains, I'm not sure yet. Changing table. Started putting my clothes in, but then Neil said I'd stop because he wasn't ready for that. Those little cutie things. And while Neil was doing DIY, I was feeling a bit guilty, so I made a little picture for the wall that matches the wallpaper.
Oh, look at that, we've got prams with disc brakes. So I've let Catherine sort the prams out. That's been her job.
It seemed that the Hodgson household had taken on a whole new family feel.
I hope there's some instructions with this, because it's looking a bit technical.
The most important thing in our life is Catherine's pregnant and it's her time. You know, let's make sure everything's right and do everything for her.
Well, they're taking me in on Monday the 1st, which is 2 weeks yesterday.
It's taking the attention off the World Championship. Everybody keeps... I'm walking around and somebody will say, God, I bet you can't wait, can you? And I'm going, no, it's only 2 weeks.
It's becoming real and it's happening, and I'm starting to get a little bit more excited because halfway through the pregnancy I was excited, and then the last month I've been a bit, oh, my life's going to change, and I think it's probably hormones. I think you get that at the end of the pregnancy. I think it's quite normal to feel like that apparently. And then now I'm going back to the stage where, right, I really want this baby now.
It wasn't just Catherine who felt nervous. Neil too was anxious about his new career as a dad.
I'm just nervous for lots of reasons. The health side of it is I'm nervous about that. Just hope everything's okay, because that's totally out of your control. And then I'm nervous because I'm not very good with babies. I'm not too bad with kids. When they're a personality, I can sort of interact, but I've seen Catherine seems quite good with babies, and I'm the original, you know, there you go. You know, and that's after like 30 seconds of holding someone's kid, you know, I find it difficult. I mean, everybody I've spoken to said it's different when it's your own, and I'm sure it is, so. But I'm nervous about that. I hope I bond with the baby straight away.
In many ways, the baby was the perfect distraction from what has been the biggest season of Neil's career. It's been a long, hard 6 months that has been both physically and mentally draining.
Yeah, it couldn't have actually fallen at a better time for me. I think, not that the pressure was building, but I was getting more and more worn down, and it was sort of I was never climbing back up. I was constantly just getting a little bit more down and more down. And it sort of started round about Silverstone time when I was ill. I never really recovered from that. Even though I recovered from the illness, sort of, it came back after Brands Hatch again, so I was run down. It was like, God, I just need a rest. And thankfully, you know, I've got a 5-week one.
It was a well-needed rest, and one where Neil could step back and put it all into perspective.
Unfortunately for me, I'm a hard person on myself. So I look at the last 3 rounds as being suicidal, like, you know. And then, luckily, having a break, you get a chance to detach yourself from it, get further and further back, and then look at it and think, it's been fantastic.
The holidays had been and gone, and it was time now to go racing again. But now Neil's life was completely different.
I'm a doting dad. Brilliant, really, really good. It's just the biggest, most emotional experience of my life. Just, you've got to, unless you've not had children, you can't appreciate it. And if people know me and knew sort of how I felt the last 2 weeks leading up to this happening, me and Catherine were ready for like doomsday. You know, we'd really gone off children completely, and we were getting pretty nervous. And we thought we were going to be the world's worst parents, but just the opposite, really.
Neil and Catherine thought they were having a boy racer, but then came little Holly Jean.
Catherine was convinced it was a boy, and she'd convinced me that much that I was convinced it was a boy. And I was on the fence. I didn't really care. I just wanted it to be healthy, but that's genuine. I didn't really care, but Catherine desperately wanted a girl. I know that, so just worked out perfect, and it's made up, really.
Heading off for the biggest weekend of his life, Neil seemed decidedly more relaxed.
You again? Fancy coming with me? I'll give you a lift. I feel so relaxed. I don't know if it's anything to do with having a baby. I hope it is. I hope this is the new me at every race meeting. I'm just chilled out. I don't know. I really can't understand these feelings I'm having at all. It's just not me at all. Normally now I'm feeling really, really sick already.
After the second race tomorrow, I bought you an English shirt with your daughter's name on the wall for you. How do I get it to you?
You know, and just feel like I'm a bit tired, but I'm just chilled and get up in the morning and fly, you know, just go as hard as I can.
Without doubt, there really was a new spring in his step. That newfound chill factor translated into an unusually stress-free qualifying session. There was a championship to take, and Neil had never been more motivated to win for his new family, friends, and Ducati. The trouble was, Zeus was feeling exactly the same way. In the first session, Neil topped the times, but actually he'd been too fast and had been caught out speeding in the pit lane again.
Already. Too much speed in pit lane for Neil Oxford.
Okay.
Another one. Every race.
Onto Superpole, and Neil was flying, literally.
This is going to be a stunning lap if he holds this all together. Oh! Blown it. Yep. He's blown it. Oh, what a he hasn't.
Amazingly, he was still provisional pole. Tardozzi couldn't believe it.
So have I got one of the new ones now? Qualifiers?
No, I think no more or less.
Oh, is that it?
With no more qualifying tyres, Neil was left to see if Keeley could beat him.
Frankie, you look to me like you're going to take pole position. Keep it nice and neat through here. Get on the gas, here it comes.
Brace yourself across the line. He's done it, a 2-minute lap.
Can't complain at that. Been beaten by a 10th, I'd have been
Neil's rivalry, friendship and mutual respect with Keeley has gone on all year, and this time Neil was there to congratulate him. Introducing Holly Jean.
That was good timing. That was really good timing. You've made her cry now. Hello. This is, oh, Holly Jean. Hello, say hello to the camera. Oh, you're in a bad mood now, aren't you? And she is 4 days old, is she? She's born Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Oh, it's a 5th day today. 5 days old today. Oh, yeah.
But what's the other important thing about today?
Yes, you've come, that's why you've come to watch Neil, hopefully, be crowned world champion. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And the other important thing was that she was due to be born today, but we had her induced so that Neil could be there at the birth. And yeah. And we're very shocked that it's a girl. I think if anyone's been watching this series, they'll be really shocked to find out we've got a girl, because I was absolutely convinced I was getting a boy and he was called Dylan and everything, but now I've got this beautiful little girl and I'm really pleased.
Meanwhile, back at Assen, Neil felt a million miles away.
I slept good until about 5 o'clock in the morning and then woke up at 5 and that was me basically awake. Just lying there with my eyes closed and thinking about Holly, thinking about racing. Morning warm-up was delayed and I thought, oh no, we're on for one of those days. I felt relaxed all weekend, I felt so relaxed, it's been a bit weird. And then got on the bike and set off and just was tense straight away. It was horrible, it was really bad, I mean, so much on my mind, I wasn't focused.
I never watched the start. She didn't either, look.
I will become master of the universe.
Hodgson in the lead.
He beat them all to the first corner, but then had to be careful not to beat himself.
When you're on it, you don't even think, nothing comes into your mind. It was nothing like that. It was like, I'm doing things and I'm thinking, this is it, you know, I can't believe I'm still leading because I'm riding so bad and, you know, I'm going to end up not even being on the podium and all horrible thoughts. I'm coming out the corners looking at the monitor to see how far in front I am.
Look at that! Now, there are any questions, he's straight through the inside. Shut your eyes, he's through, but that was, oh, mercifully.
Doubt was out of control, thank goodness. Neil Hodgson doesn't have wing mirrors then.
I didn't floor at all. On this track, you've got a floor around. It's, you know, it's what it's famous for, this place.
Oh, he's down. The Via's gone down.
Then 3 became 2.
And Hodgson is being economical and makes it back again through the chicane. Now that carries speed on the outside. This is going to be side by side. The boys are really putting on a show.
I will become master.
Watch yourself, boys. Danger ahead. Really tight, but I think Zaus is going to do it. Zaus is going to take the race, but Neil Hodgson is going to take the championship. Neil Hodgson, stand up, Britain. Neil Hodgson is the 2003 World Superbike Champion.
I will become master of the universe.
Number 100 was finally number 1. Neil was the daddy.
He's gone! He did that before he went, I've just realised. I found some sleeves in the bin downstairs and I wonder what they were. Oh, look what Daddy did.
From the failure of his first factory ride with Ducati and his years in the wilderness with Kawasaki, where Neil felt he didn't have what it takes, Neil Hodgson put his head down and rode his way from the bottom back to the very top and proved beyond all doubt he has everything it takes to be the very best. He could hardly believe it. the celebrations were in full flow, Neil still had time to thank the man he couldn't have done it without.
I was going to say, my chief mechanic in Esto had a bad bike accident just before Brands Hatch, and he's basically smashed his leg to bits, and unfortunately it wasn't at Brands Hatch, and unfortunately he couldn't make it here, but I've dedicated my win to him because you know, he's my right arm man and he's not here, and it's really sad that he's missing from here. Obviously I'm missing my wife, I'm missing my manager, but Ernesto was really important as well, and I think it should be said he's like 50% of the team, so just thought I'd say that. Thank you.
After talking to some of the fans, it was time to speak to his #1 fan.
Really miss it. Well, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased it's over with now.
Do you like it?
It looked absolutely fantastic. I'm not joking. They had you like right up on the camera, and all you could see is I'm the daddy there.
No, I think that's
Are you alright? Oh yeah, you're emotional. Don't, you're gonna start me again.
After the emotional adrenaline high of race 1, Neil went to the medical centre to rehydrate and reflect on the race he so badly wanted to win, but didn't.
Absolutely devastated, and it spoiled the moment, and I'm really annoyed at that. Looking back, it won't spoil the moment because I'll wake up in the morning as world champion and be really happy. But you cross the line and you're just like, no. And then you thought, you're world champion, but I was trying to wait for the emotion to come, and it never came. And it only came when I spoke to Catherine on the phone, really. I'm having these feelings of pleasure, but I'm trying to ignore them, you know, and think, come on, you've got to get your head right for the next race.
The next race would turn out to be another epic duel. Now with the #1 plate on the bike, Neil wanted to desperately finish first in race 2. Having won the title, he now wanted to finish the Assen weekend in style. On the grid, everyone wanted to congratulate the new world champion.
Thanks a lot, Johnny. Get out the way now. Relief in. Get out the way.
The pressure was off. It was time to win.
The two works Ducati first, and Laconi did have a good start. Look at that. He's running in third. Hodgson's out.
Like a charging bull and a Spanish toreador, Neil and South went wheel to wheel and eye to eye, just like they had in race 1.
Look at this. South has really got the momentum this time around. He's on the outside, but Neil Hodgson's got that cover. Just let his bike run wide, wide, wide.
He seems a lot more relaxed on the bike, and he said he was so tense and mad like a novice. And you could tell, oh, he made a mistake. Oh no! She's going fine.
Neil was in the zone. He knew this was his time alone.
Oh, it's out, boy, and look at that.
That's how I felt, you know, I just thought, I've got to do this for myself.
Go on, put your foot down, Neil.
Genuinely didn't care if I fell off.
Here we go, 1 lap to go. Might as well just done this lap, hadn't we? These two guys, who is going to be the bravest? Who wants it the most?
Oh, don't say that, bravest. Get away, Neil.
This is going to be a corking lap, I think, for Neil Hodgson.
It's for you, Neil, you know what I mean? Because you deserve to have that feeling of elation and being a winner, because that's what it's all about. So, I felt it.
It isn't going to work. Neil Hodgson is going to get across the line.
Class act there from Neil Hodgson, though. Fastest lap of the weekend on that final lap. Head down, thumb up, away he went.
Everything was slotting into place poetically. The fan who prepared the special shirt for Neil found him in the melee, and Neil donated him his helmet. Aston over the years has celebrated all the great champions, and Neil has been there every time. But now, he was one of them.
Absolutely leathered.
Neil Hodgson, your time is now.
You're going to speak then?
We're home now. I'm tired. Back after Assen. I had a big night on Sunday night and I got really drunk and didn't get back until about 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I was awake at about 8 o'clock in the morning with my brother, my best mate and Julian, a good friend of mine from home. They all kicked in the motorhome, so it smelt a bit. Got back yesterday here to look at this, look at all the flowers we've got. There's flowers everywhere, in every room.
Flowers.
Baby.
Just what we're showing them, flowers.
Showing flowers.
Flowers. Balloons. Flowers, and there's more downstairs, but I can't bother to walk downstairs. More flowers at the door. It's been delivered. And you covered it. What is it?
It's a 911 Porsche Turbo. Who does it belong to?
Who does it belong to?
Me. I'm well chuffed because I bought it about 3 weeks ago, I think.
Well, we got it on video, didn't we? Here we are.
Anyway, we're here.
Will it just be there, do you think?
Yeah, it should be. There you go.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Only a bit. I didn't really want to stop Neil. I was that worried about it, to be honest.
So then I just go up and down through the gears like that.
You can either act it.
Put it to drive.
You get like you get a key each. So you and Catherine will have a key each, and they're all colour coded. One's yellow, one's red. So when you go to car and flick it, it automatically sets to what you want it.
No way.
Yeah.
Blooming heck. That is impressive. So this happens at Glenn's every Friday, doesn't it?
This really, I think, sums up Glenn's place. You can come in.
I'll leave back to one or two.
You can come in and buy a top of the range car. You can get your hair cut. We drove it home, literally, which is about 5 miles, parked it up. I sat and looked at it for 3 days and enjoyed looking at it, don't get me wrong. And then decided to take it back because I'd not won the World Championship and I didn't deserve it because I'm a bit weird that way. So I took it back, put it back in the showroom. A friend of mine from the Isle of Man, Lyndon and Sue, did that. And I'm very impressed, can I just say? Very good friend of mine. Obviously, a very good friend of mine who is that good. Spelled my name wrong. So I did laugh. I appreciate that actually, it really made me smile when I came down the drive. Can I hold the camera and show the car?
I'll go in and check.
Okay. Look at my number plate. Cool, eh? How good does that look? On a scale of 1 to 10. That is my dream car. I am so happy with that car. So happy. And more to the point, the 3 days that the car sat here, guess what I did? I made sure I could get a car seat in the back. It fits in, so. I know I'm a total geek, total anorak. But 20 years of racing, 20 years of crashing, risking my life, and it's all worth it.
On then to race weekend at Imola. The championship may be in the bag, but there's still plenty of racing to come. As the weekend got underway, Neil and the team were boosted by the fact that after 2 rounds away, the key man was back. Ernesto should be recuperating at home after his road accident, but they can't keep him away. Such is his passion for his job.
For sure, absolutely.
You missed it?
A lot. You will not believe how much. I love too much to do this work, you know, so I miss it for sure.
It just makes my life so much easier. And he's on fine form. I mean, he looks ill. He's obviously in a fair bit of discomfort, I'd say. He's lost 7 kilos and he looks pale. And obviously he's got the framework around his leg, and I think he's in a lot more pain than he's showing.
I mean, it will take a lot more time to be fixed. At least I'm standing up, so this for sure is a big improvement. Okay, this one has got new pad, new front tire, but the same as this one, and same rear. Okay, 1 lap to take the engine, come in very quick, and then we stay out.
Ernesto jumps straight back into it. The team are once again in tune and racing. But how different is it for Neil now he's achieved his goal of becoming number 1?
It's been a bit crazy since Assen, as you could imagine, with quite a lot of PR. And we had the Milan show to go to, which was quite, well, it was 4 days, so that was like another 4 days I had to be away. So I've been looking forward to it. I've trained really hard, actually. Probably trained a bit too hard. I was saying to Catherine, I think I feel a bit tired this weekend. And it's not because of the baby or anything like that. I think I just came in a bit tired, but like I said, I've been training hard. So I felt really motivated after winning the World Championship. I felt on a high, so with a fair bit of exercise.
Once again, though, it wouldn't be easy.
The back feels nervous as well.
Nervous.
Like even down the straight here. It's difficult, yeah.
I've got to say, actually, when you get out on the track, nothing changes. No one lets you go faster, no one lets you through or anything like that. I've still got to work hard. And I sort of thought that in the first session. I was really looking forward to getting on the bike, and then after 20 minutes I thought, God, it's hard work this, I forgot, you know.
In fact, at one point, Neil ends up in the gravel trap and remembers just how long a year it's been.
Yeah, I just wish this was the last round. It's sort of, I feel like drained at the thought of having to do it all again, you know, because everybody wants this to be the last round. It normally is the last round of the year, and then we've got to sort of wait another 3 weeks to go to a track that no one's been to. You're like, oh God, do we have to go through all this again? I just want to now, just after this event, just chill out.
Now Neil's a dad, he wants to be at home with his wife and baby. So how is she doing?
Really well, really well. Luckily we get, the best time is when I'm not doing anything, when I'm not doing any PR, or when we're at home. And Catherine gets up with Holly in the night, and then I give her a bottle in the morning. So she wakes up about 8 o'clock, and then I have like 2 or 3 hours with her. And that's the best bit for me, because I can feed her and talk to her and have her on my own with no distractions, no one watching to see if I'm holding her wrong or telling me, oh, you don't want to be doing that. And just learning, really, and that's the sort of special part of the day for me, really. Because she then goes to sleep after I've winded her, and then I can do some jobs and keep looking at this and talking to her, you know, are you all right, what's happening? And
time to stop daydreaming for Neil, as the harsh reality that this was a race weekend had dawned on him. It was time now for Super Pole. And by the world champion standards, it certainly wasn't a classic.
Not hard enough, though.
No, it's not, is it?
don't think Neil's going to pull it back from here.
No, I'm not convinced he is either, actually. But then last time out, we didn't expect him to do anything. In fact, at Aston, if you remember, he came close to pulling it all back, and then a nasty moment on the final corner.
Will this be enough?
Not according to them.
Very, very close, as you can see, just to drift by the smallest possible margin.
Just did an average sort of lap, and Super Pole's there to do a good lap. If you do a good lap, you get pole. If you don't, if you do an average lap, you end up third.
Ruben Zas, however, did a very good lap.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent lap so far from Ruben Zas.
Imola is a favourite track of Ruben, having won here in 2001. He was really on it, and how?
Oh, he went a bit deep into that. Yeah, he was a bit deep in there. He'll have lost some time a little bit, but he's held it together. Oh boy, check this lap out.
48.6. Are there any questions?
No questions for Ruben, but Neil might have a few.
I'm not in the best of spirits. I mean, I'm not Mr. Negative. I'm not in the best of spirits just because I'm not pole, and like I always say, I want to be fastest in every session, really.
At Assen, Neil and Ruben went head-to-head. At Imola, it was set for them to do it all again.
Douse leads. Great work there by Neil Hodgson, who's hooked up into second place.
Just tough day, really. Just a tough day. Just one of those hard days in the office where you work hard, you ride hard, and you don't get anything for it.
Oh, and once again, that bike looking very uncomfortable. It's getting hard work.
What I realised in race one was I wasn't going to be able to overtake. The way I had the setting, I could have the setting for a fast lap. When I had the clear track, I could go fast. I couldn't outbrake because the way Rubens was riding, he was braking deep into every corner.
Now, what can the boss do? That's what the boss can do. Great response. Zas has to pick it up, almost runs into the back of him. Did he touch him? Neil Hodgson trying to respond.
He ran wide and took Zas with him. This is like scenes from last year.
Carrying a lot of speed, had to let him through. Ruben Zas just muscles him way through. Really poor Hodgson.
The battle continued all the way to the final lap. The two of them glued together. But then amongst the backmarkers, it all came apart for Neil.
This is getting very busy. Not the time to get tangled up with these two guys.
Yeah, it was awkward, really. I can't have it as an excuse. I mean, if they hadn't have been there, yes, I would have been able to put a pass on him. Don't know if I'd have made the corner or anything, but it was definitely on. You know, I was right behind him, like I'd been the lap before. So the problem is, when there's two of them, they're in their own race.
Shut your eyes! I can't watch.
The poor lads can't really do anything right because wherever they move, they're going to be in the wrong place. And there's four of you going for the same bit of tarmac. It just ended up a mess, didn't it? Really.
Hodgson's off the track.
And then I nearly crashed in the next corner because I sort of lost it all and then tipped into the next corner and near the high side. And at that point, I just wanted to go home. I didn't even want to cross the line. I wanted to come straight down the pits and go home. I was that disappointed.
Neil Hodgson forced out of the way. Ruben Zas takes the win. Fabulous stuff from Ruben Zas.
It was a bitter pill to swallow, but if race one had been tough on Neil, race two would be even tougher.
Revs are up, lights are red, we're ready to go at Imola and we're away.
Once again, it was Hodgson and Zas, but Neil was this time more prepared for the fight.
Bike 100 as well, Neil Hodgson, has he got it? Yeah, I think Hodgson has taken them into Tamburello. Yeah, Hodgson first, an absolute stormer.
I felt really relaxed in the second race, and we changed the bike a lot, which I very rarely do between races, but I knew I'd got a problem in the first race. and I was enjoying the tussle. And I felt more stamp my authority, you know, I am going to win this race.
Once again, it was cat and mouse all the way, but who was chasing who?
Over the top, and Zoust having a big look. He's done it. Ruben Zoust forgets stuck together with glue. He's just broken the bond and moved ahead.
Well, that's Zoust's tactics. What he does, he passes you and then scares you. Hodgson will be right back at him.
The pressure from Zoust was relentless.
Zoust having a big look down the inside into the first chicane. He's done it.
Eventually, something had to give. A rare mistake from the new world champion.
An underrun, Hodgson's off the track.
No! It's over with like that. It's like you've crashed, no you haven't, you're on the bike, then you're in the gravel. Yeah, I was so angry, so angry. Just one of those, it was one of those things, but at that time when I'm facing a lot of marshals and I'm in a little dead end area, you're just like, God almighty. Yeah, I rejoined and got my head down and just thought, is this like, I'm having a bad day here, you know what I mean? Chris is in front of me and he's not going to want to let me pass.
But Neil refused to let his bad day get to him. And he went on in pursuit of Walker and passed him.
Zoust takes the double across the line. Fantastic stuff for him. Okay, that was exciting to say the least. You can never say the man stops trying. He might have won the championship, but Neil Hodgson is pushing as hard as you like.
He'll be disappointed with that, we know, but you've got to give him points for trying as Hodgson crosses the line.
A fourth place, but it was scant consolation for a man for whom winning has become second nature.
I was going to win it in my eyes, he was going to win it in his eyes, and they're the good races, aren't they? Where you know no one's going to give in. It's not like, oh, well, all right, second will do. It wasn't going to be the case, so I'd rather sort of get it wrong and run off the track than have finished second, you know, because I was pushing and doing everything I could. If I'd have settled and thought, well, I'll just take second, I've won the championship, then I wouldn't be the person I am now.
At the beginning of the weekend, Neil had wished it was the last round. Ironically, by Sunday night, he couldn't wait to race again.
That's the way it is. You just think, well, you know, at least I've got another chance. Next round, throw everything at that, see what happens.
And so on to the supposed grand finale of the season in France. But sadly, winter had arrived, and the normally mild Loire Valley left the riders with 5-degree temperatures. Cold riders, cold tyres, and a cold track was an imperative for disaster, as rider after rider succumbed to the cold. Even the great Frankie Keeley went off-piste. Like the rest of them, Neil was struggling with grip, but also struggling to raise his game. When the championship was won, his wife and baby were at home, and he was out in the cold.
Did you get any feel from the rear tire?
It's just difficult because I'm so nervous because it's so cold and that's a hard tyre. I'm like, you know, I don't. Magny-Cours should not be happening, definitely. There's nobody here. It's freezing cold. Everybody looks like I feel. You know, everybody's like going through the motions almost.
I just need to get to my head. I need to be more aggressive. I'm like, you know.
As the first day's qualifying dragged on and the times refused to come, for the first time all year, Neil just didn't want to be there.
It feels like there's been one round too long, and it does feel like the way the way this season has been with quite big gaps, that it's just been a long season.
It just feels like it's not my bike. That's the best way to describe it. I feel like I've got on someone else's bike.
Time for Dr. Ernesto to prescribe a cure.
A little bit here and a little bit here. And a little bit here too. But here is not so much. Then we put few laps on and we try setup, gearing and everything with it.
Saturday, and although still cold, bright sunshine, a motivated chief engineer, normal service was resumed for the new world champion.
Yeah, a lot better. I feel like it's my bike now, you know.
Yesterday was hard for motivation more than anything. I've got to say, I rode bad. Worst I probably rode all season. I think it's just I arrived here with the wrong attitude. Every time I turn up at a race meeting, I want to get on my bike, and I arrived here and I didn't. You know, it was cold. Just like, oh god, sort of tried to dig deep and there was nothing there. So yesterday was appalling. Today, in the morning session, it was better, and then this afternoon I was back to normal.
As he went into Super Pole, he was headed for another normal pole, but maybe not.
But unfortunately, what had happened is in the morning, in the Super Pole warm-up, everything had gone good. Did a fast lap time, came in, and then the alternator had gone on the bike. So I had to use my spare bike for the one-lap dash, which annoyed me because when you get on your spare bike, it just takes more than one lap to get into it.
4/10 up as he chucks it in. He gets it nice, clips the apex there. His first gear, there he goes. Front wheel up in the air. Second, third. He'll just grab fourth.
I pushed hard, but I tried to be smooth so I didn't make any mistakes.
7/10. This is a cracking lap from the world champion. I get to say that now, don't they? The current world superbike champion. It's going to be a good lap, but will it be a pole position lap? On to the curves. Hodgson comes through.
When I crossed the line, I knew it wasn't good enough. I knew somebody beat me.
And someone did.
Looking good.
Yeah, this looks terrific. Across, this is actually going to be a belter. You can see across, and it's all green, and he's pipped Neil Hodgson.
Pole would have been nice just for the bonus of being pole at my last Super Pole, but I'm not going to, dwell on it. I felt pretty relaxed actually on race day, I've got to say, and I knew the start was going to be important around here because it's quite difficult to overtake, and I got a good start.
We're off and away down into the first corner. Very good start there by Hodgson.
And then James passed me, then I got him straight back.
He's through.
Oh, Josh.
Hoseman, 52, goes through to lead.
And then did a couple of sort of wobbly laps and didn't really have much of a lead, and then it just all sort of started to flow and I got my head down. I just stayed consistent really. I wasn't on the limit as such, but I was just pretty comfortable. I didn't want to make any mistakes. And then the gap started to come down, and then the zip bust in my boot, which is something I've never experienced before. And it was really difficult for my concentration because it was like my boot was coming off because the wind was getting in it and it was trying to like rip it off. Obviously when you're doing 160, 70 miles an hour. And the gap's coming down, my boot's hanging off, and I'm like struggling for concentration because of all this. And then the gap came right down, and then I sort of thought, just got to forget about your boot, Neil, and just ride as hard as you can.
Final lap we're on now, out of Estoril. Fastest lap now to Hodgson. How about that? Neil Hodgson responds. What a class act.
He's always got something up his sleeve.
What a class act. He's responded with the fastest lap of the race on the penultimate lap as well.
Just managed to put in a good lap, and it just broke his spirit, I think, and got it over the line.
Just a chicane to go. Hodgson just flicks it across, a couple of back markers in front, but they won't get in his way. So across the line, and it's Neil's on wheels. Well, one wheel actually, takes the win.
Once again, Ernesto had been the catalyst to bring the best out of Neil. It had been a slow, chilly start to the weekend, but number 100 was back to winning ways. For the 13th time this season, Neil would stand on the top step. 13, lucky for some.
And we are away clearly. Up at the front though, Neil Hodgson leaps away.
Neil got away well, but it wasn't long before the familiar number 11 was once again his shadow.
Just a tough race, really. Again, like I said in Imola, really, Rubens rode really well, there's not a lot I can say.
He's side to side with us now. We're coming up into the braking zone. Oh, please just keep it neat, Ruben, and he's through.
Okay, right, that's what I thought Neil would let him do. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's come back straight away at him. south again down the inside into 180.
Certainly didn't give in, and I was just trying to put myself in a position just so I could do something on the last lap. That was my thought. It got a big advantage on me on 3 or 4 corners, and in the one section it could just pull like half a second on me every lap, and it was so difficult. Spend the rest of the lap on the limit to try and close that back. You sort of try and go faster on corners you're already fast, and that's what I was doing. I was brake that little bit deeper and just let the brake off, and down I went.
Oh, he's down! Hodgson's down!
Unbelievable! Running down the road to get his bike.
Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, devastating, because I didn't want to end the championship that way. I wanted to end it with a good race and a win, and I felt very motivated. Just nothing you can do. There is nothing you can do. That is the sport we're in. You know, there's that much of a margin for error. You know, one mistake, boom, you're down. I feel fine now. I had a shower and felt down, and then I thought, I'm world champion. You know, I'm world champion. I've just won a lot of races. I've had the best season of my career, and I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm in one piece. I've got a fantastic future ahead of me. I've got some great opportunities, so I've certainly nothing to be down about. You know.
It's not running anywhere. That's enough. Steady. Yeah.
Catherine's not here, so I'm missing a really bad now, because tonight's like, you know, there's bits of parties going on, and I just can't be bothered. Totally can't be bothered. I'm up early in the morning. I have to set off at 7 o'clock in the morning, so normally I'm a bit of a party man, and I'm really looking forward to this party bit, but I'd rather almost have an early night and have some drinks with Catherine tomorrow night and then get a Chinese takeaway.
And while Neil was thinking fast food, the team were reflecting on what's been another fast, furious, amazing season.
It was unbelievable here. We working good. We don't make mistake. We win a lot of race, world champion.
We do the right job and everything is fine. Everybody's happy.
I think that the friendly relationship that the team give to the riders give them at least 1/10.
I think that Neil isn't only a fantastic rider, but he isn't a fantastic guy.
I think he's learned a lot. I think he's learned to obviously learn probably a bit more about setup and a bit more confident in his own ability, and I think he's done a fantastic job.
It's nice when you're not only working together, but you become friends, you know, and this is what happened this year. I found a new friend.
For me, is the best rider that I know. My first experience in championship, for winning a championship, sorry for my English, and I'm hoping to try to find again a rider like him.
The rider was fantastic, and I think it was difficult to repeat 1 year like this.
After 20 years of racing, 2003 was the year Neil Hodgson got it all.
Every year is a learning year. Every year I'm learning more, and I feel like I'm becoming a better rider. I'm proud that I've dealt with the pressure. I'm proud I've achieved something that a lot of people thought I couldn't. Feels like a dream. It's everything I'd hoped it would be. So I'm well happy.